Hi everyone, welcome to Ravnica the Broken Pact, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica show here on twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/savingthrowshow. I am your Guildmaster, Ruben Bressler, and these fine citizens are my players. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, my name is Jordan Pridgeon and I play Astaroth, who is a Minotaur fighter in the Boros Legion. He's got an axe, and last time he got a new axe, and it's gonna make him insane. So let's see how that goes.
If you have a Dungeon Master's Guide next to you, go ahead and look up Berserker's Axe and see how much fun you can have with your party. A big fighter and a Berserker's Axe.
Let me see your axe for a second.
No.
It says all work and no play, and then Astaroth is all boy.
No one can touch my axe except me. It's my axe and I love it.
It's precious to me.
My precious.
Are you finished? I interrupted you for a gap.
No, I'm done.
Okay. I am Riley Silverman. I play Velma Sweet, the half-dead Karin Bard, who is a member of the Demir Guild, who is infiltrating the Orzhov Guild. I don't have an axe.
And my axe.
My name's Golgari, and I play Lucian Ladrin, an arrester from the Azorius Senate. I am legally not allowed to have an axe either.
Really?
But you got those guns.
I mean, I have to fill out a lot of paperwork.
You got those guns.
I got
And the
these
actual
axes,
gun that you
baby.
kind of have.
my
Oh yeah,
gosh.
I have an actual gun. Why do I need an axe?
Right.
Lame. Go ahead.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashlyn, and I am playing a Luxodon cleric from the Silesian Conclave named Tutu.
Tutu, are you?
And she does not carry an axe. She has a mace, but no sharp things because she doesn't want to hurt things that much. But I have a book.
Oh.
It's pretty.
You're also
Books are the most violent weapons in our culture.
you're also swole AF.
Oh yeah, I am swole.
She's
I
the
mean,
most muscular.
I meant to say effective weapons. I said violent weapons, which is not what I meant.
They can cause violence.
Yeah.
They can.
And they have.
We used to have a superhero show on Saving Throw called Masks, and my character was named Swole.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
He was all
Swole.
muscle.
That's a good one.
Too muscle.
So I want to thank Saving Throw Show and Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons for letting us come here and play Dungeons and Dragons in a Magic the Gathering world for all of you in front of these cameras. And I want to thank you guys for continuing to play games with me and tell stories around the proverbial campfire because I like you people.
Yay!
Literal
Me
campfire.
too.
Those are for later.
Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
Spoilers.
They're on the table.
Some of us will be on Dragon Talk on April 12th. We will be joining Greg Tito and Shelly Mazanoble. Myself, Jordan, and Ashlyn will all be together promoting the season finale. This is the 8th of 10 episodes. And then next week we'll have our penultimate episode, and then the week after that is the finale for the season.
Wow.
I know, right? We've been doing this for this is going to be episode 18.
Nice.
So please do join us for that. It is sure to be a good time. I had a great time visiting Greg last time when I was in Seattle. A little behind the scenes on that. That interview took place about an hour after they were like, hey, do you want to run a Ravnica show for us?
Nice.
So this will be my first appearance since then, which is
Yay.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
The War for the Spark is the next Magic the Gathering set that's coming out, and lots of crazy things are going to happen that I'm not going to discuss because Riley doesn't want to know about them, because she wants to be surprised if they happen in game.
Yeah.
So
She hates Matt. No, I'm just
we do
kidding.
not have a preview card this time around for the Broken Pact, I am sad to say. However, I do have one for Magic Mike's. So myself, Evan Irwin, and Aaron Campbell have a preview card. I believe we're talking about it April 10th. Could be the 17th, could be the 10th. I forget which one it is. But we do have a preview card on Magic Mike's Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. That's a Wednesday. It's a good card.
Should I leave
It's
the
a
table
nice
so you guys can talk about this thing?
No, it's good. You're right. Do you have a preview card this time around or no?
No.
No?
But I do feel just like a small sadness for you that you can't enjoy the trailer that came out.
Oh my
in
God.
its full
It's
glory.
so
I feel
good.
like you can watch the trailer and
You can watch
without
the trailer and
context,
still
you
enjoy
really
it.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's
What
very
I
good.
said was I didn't want to know things
Oh.
that might come into our story
Right.
that
Trust
my
me.
character wouldn't know
Yeah.
about.
I
Okay.
get it. It's awesome to like discover what's happening in a world just by like playing through it.
Yeah.
But this trailer is like
Is
the
dope.
best thing
So
Magic
good.
has put
Let me-
out.
Yeah,
I'll put it
it's
this way.
ridiculous.
It has, previous to this video coming out, the most watched Magic the Gathering video that was ever released had something like 100,000 views, I think. This has 5 million views.
Yeah,
Okay.
like immediately.
So it's like the thank you
Nuts.
next of Magic trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Ariana Grande's
Exactly
in it.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
so
that
good.
makes more sense then.
Please do use the
not gonna watch
hashtag.
Mark.
Do
Not gonna
use the
watch it.
hashtag The Broken Pact RPG to talk about this show when doing so on social media. Also, please do join our Saving Throw Show Discord. Among things that I am excited for on Saving Throw Show, in addition to our typical programming, things like Wild Cards, East Texas University, Deepwater Deep. We have a Lasers and Sams and Feelings on the channel on Sunday, which will be benefiting Trevor Project,
Oh, cool.
run by Sam DeLev in this very seat. One of their first times GMing, I
I
think.
think so.
Are
On our
they
One of.
running the game where everyone is one of
Sam's
characters?
characters
Yeah. Oh,
from
that's
Tempting
cool.
Fate.
Oh, that's really
That's
cool.
neat.
which is amazing. There's like 26 that they've played
Yeah.
over their Tempting Fate career.
I know they
Sure.
did that with Gina at some point.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Also
Gina
really good.
character.
And so please do join us for that. That's Sunday. It is typically my Sunday ritual. When we ran this show on Saturdays, I would watch Wild Cards the night before, and that was my Friday ritual. Now that we do this show on Mondays, my Sunday ritual is to watch that.
Oh.
I like
nice.
watching the folks on this channel sit in this seat and be better at that than I am.
Oh, come on.
so-
They don't need cushions.
That's true. They don't need cushions. I need 2 cushions. So without any further ado, we're gonna dig back deep underground into Golgari territory as our party is running away from the Golgari swarm after successfully swiping a book and a bookmark here on Ravnica, the Broken Pact. Episode 18, Undercity Informer. Previously on Ravnica, the Broken Pact. The study group met up with Jackson under the pretense that it was Glenn Mack, and Jackson revealed to them that there had been an uptick in weird occurrences of late around the campus of East Texas. Wait, hold on.
Wait, when he
Hold
said
on,
like
that's the
Jackson,
wrong-
Glenn Mack, I was like, yep, all this is tracking.
The wrong notes.
wait.
Oh, okay, I found what we got here. All right, here we go. It's midnight over the Palisades. The stars twinkle in the skies above as the rat queen. Nope, hold on. That's the wrong one still.
That's a game I'm in.
What,
How's it?
Man.
I'm Josh, and this is Jimmy, and welcome to another episode of... Nope, that's not the one.
I feel like
Sorry.
This is going to be a great gag for watching on VOD next week.
So, the Islani are coming to invade the only known source in the galaxy of drift stones here
Yeah,
in this
cool.
episode of Deep Water... No,
What?
that's one more.
Don't
got all of
spoil
them.
the spark for me.
Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Okay. Previously on
Jordan's having
Ravnica,
none of it.
the Broken
That's a
Path.
great bit. I love it.
I like
I
it.
had a few
I
more
loved
that I
it.
cut.
I loved it, but I loved how much Jordan was not on board with it in character.
No.
Ah,
so confused.
good joke, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
I had a couple more that I decided to cut. One of them was going to be welcome to open mic here at the Surly Girls.
Oh, God, no.
I
Too
know,
soon,
right?
Man,
Yeah.
Too soon.
Anyway, previously on Ravnica, the Broken Pact. 2 down, 3 to go. The reluctant adventurers turned Guild Pact officers, colloquially known in the media as the Mended Pact, continued their mission into the Undercity beneath the surface of Ravnica, an ecumenopolis so thoroughly developed that even the vast oceans of the plain are covered in roads and buildings, and barely any surface of the planet remains. One of the few places where the ground still touches the sky is in the 10th District, the Manhattan equivalent of the planet-wide city, built atop a tall mountain that over the millennia has been caught up to by the ever-expanding skyline. Sphogthos was their target, the guild hall of the Golgari Swarm, one of 10 factions in Ravnica called guilds that govern the land and which are bound in magical peace through an ancient law magic called the Guild Pact. The party ventured down below to Karozda, the Maze of Decay, and then on to the Stonefair Court, a beautiful and haunting above-ground cemetery, or above-floor cemetery below the ground, of vaults and memorials, including a memorial of a man whom the party has come to know as the Fall Guy for the Embermind killings more than 10 millennia ago. In search of the Golgari Gorgon assassin and guild leader Vraska, the gang sought proof of outside influence alleged by Jace, the Living Guild Pact, the man in whom that magical peace is enforced through mystical means, and while there, find a specific and particularly difficult to track down first edition tome. Ultimately, they made their way to Svogthos, the Restless Tomb, a partially alive building that clings to the ceiling upside down above Stonefair like a stalactite. They braved dangerous terrain, traps, waiting rooms, slime, and every adventuring party's greatest nemesis, doors, before coming upon the Golgari Queen, and in the main chamber, where the party learned that the floor where they stood was once the ceiling of the Forum of Azor I, where the original Guild Pact was signed. Fortunately, the party had a vision quest while in Gruul territory that helped them to solve a grand puzzle before the swarm could consume them. Now, armed with both the book and a mysterious piece of parchment, the gang looks to make their escape. And as they do so, coming ever closer to the exit from Svogthos, they see a light at the end of the tunnel, dumping them out into who knows where of the Undercity. But behind them, a massive, rolling, rumbling mass, not of boulder, but of dung, being pushed by an enormous building-sized beetle, rolls faster and faster in their direction. I have laid out for you here said ball of dung.
Okay, this isn't your poop, though, right?
Correct. This is facsimile poop, just like these aren't actually you.
Gotcha. Okay, I was worried about that, too.
Right, but if
Some
you
sort of
make
voodoo
believe...
thing?
Right,
I
yeah.
will try.
So this is the situation in which you find yourself in. I don't think it's probably this close. It's probably maybe about there-ish, and we're using this Space Marine kind of character as the beetle because he kind of looks a little beetle-ish.
He does look a
He
little
looks,
beetly.
he's our Graveshell Scarab for this.
He looks like
Yeah.
a Mirrodin
Purpose.
beetle.
Yeah. So
it's like a
you
mirror.
have a rumbling, tumbling ball of dung being rolled in your direction on a slight decline as it is theoretically accelerating, or at least moving at speed towards you. What would you like to do to move? You have a straight hallway, and you can't really see the end of it as it sort of curves from its decline into a flat land. So you can see that there is a light coming from the end of the tunnel, but you can't see the end of the tunnel, and it is straight on the way down.
All right.
Looks
All right,
like
team. I think we should run.
Yeah,
It's
running
not gonna
sounds-
work as well for me. Could I ride on someone's back?
Yeah. I think we can handle carrying you, but we gotta make this decision fast.
Let's do it.
okay. So what's
Get on my back.
Yeah, she has more strength,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
jump on Tuzaru's back.
Got
up
get
on
on my back.
Tuzaru's back
Yes.
as you begin running? Yeah, go
Is
ahead.
this on an incline?
It's a little bit of a decline, so it's not perfectly flat, but it looks like this is kind of a dung ball chute that is
Right.
sort of like a skee ball or a bowling ball return. So it accelerates and then rolls off,
Okay.
presumably into something.
I think we're running on done.
Which means that so where you stand is actually mossy bed. It is not difficult terrain, but it is and it's soft
It's
and
been so flattened probably from like all those balls going across that. Yeah.
so you have good grip. So as you are able to run Velma on Tutru's back, it's faster than a walk, slower than a sprint. That the ball is coming your direction at this very moment, though momentum is going to be gaining. Another thing about this ball, by the way, is that it is not entirely a dung ball. One of the phenomena of the Golgari territory are these large sort of fatbergs. These are officially referenced in the art book, by the way, that are sort of like trash Sargasso seas that you have in the ocean, except for that they're in the Undercity.
Oh, fun.
And that appears to be a collection that is being removed from Svogthos right now. So you're all able to make your haste down the tunnel. I would say Velma, make a holding on check.
Okay.
So I'll say this is athletics. You can use. You don't need to be using your bum ankle for this.
Okay.
So just regular athletics, pretty low DC, but just to make sure.
Yeah, well, I didn't because I rolled a 4 plus zeros. I have a 4.
4, yeah, 4's
But
not
I'm
good
also
enough.
holding her really tight.
Sure, so roll, that's fine.
Funny.
So I'd have you roll athletics now
Okay.
to see if you can catch the slipping Velma
Let's-
from falling off of your back.
Let's
Otherwise,
do
there's going to
this.
be...
Come on. Oh, it's a nat 1.
Oh,
Ah, no.
what is it? It's a
Okay,
6?
that's
Velma.
Oh, it's a nat 1, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a nat 1.
Lucy,
Wow.
Lucy and Astaroth, you're a little
gotta
bit
take
ahead.
that, yeah.
Velma falls and is
This is
prone.
light.
Yeah,
What's
for
going
sure.
on here?
No.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet behind you.
Yeah, those rolls are too bad to not roleplay this out the way it happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh man, Velma, I didn't think we were gonna. Velma?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run past Velma
5, 10, 15, 20,
towards the ball,
25,
and then
Command it.
30.
put up the immovable rod and go click.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Click immovable rod right here.
Yes.
Okay?
Now, this thing does move after a certain amount of weight is put on it.
Correct.
So, you know,
Yep.
That's an
8,000
awesome
pounds.
solution, though.
Yeah, I figure. But 8,000 pounds, a creature can use an action to make a DC 30 strength check. And that moves the rod 10 feet on a success. But it'll
Awesome.
buy us the time we need, I think.
Absolutely.
That or
So-
it just sinks into the thing and the dung ball just keeps going.
Yeah.
Also could happen, and we lose an immovable rod.
Yeah.
So you click the rod,
Yeah.
and it is in place, and you're able to continue moving forward. You're able to pick Velma back
Yes.
up. I won't make you recheck on that
Is
because now
someone
you're being
holding me
I
in
was
their
gonna say, at
arms
this
like
point,
a,
much
am I
more
like
pick you
Lois
up
Lane
like
right now?
this,
I
yeah.
love it.
perfect. Much more careful this time around, and you're able to move. You look back at the immovable rod, and you said that it's 8,000 pounds.
8,000 pounds is what it says.
It's
yes.
2
It
tons
can
or
hold,
4 tons.
It can hold up to 8,000 pounds of weight.
and that would absolutely stop a boulder of this size.
Cool.
This is not a boulder.
Right.
This is a fatberg.
Oh.
Cool.
And so it will slow it down.
Well, so if it's more weight than that, it will just cause the rod to deactivate and fail, is what it says.
It's not more weight than that.
Okay, cool.
It is, however, like a non-Newtonian liquid, essentially.
So
Great.
it's
So-
basically like forming itself like around
Yeah, so
the
it's gonna
rod
go
and come back on the other side.
and then like slowly absorb it like those liquid metal ball bearing videos
Yeah.
Yep.
that I
Great.
can't stop watching.
Yep.
Um,
Who can?
And it looks like I mean, you can't see the large beetle behind it, but you know, you would be confused if suddenly it stopped on a decline.
Yeah.
Ruben, I have to ask you this. This is going to maybe be painful, but given how bad those rolls were,
Yes.
what happened to Arthur when Velma fell off of Tuturu's back?
Ooh, well,
Because I can't,
I
as a
will
character.
say-
Okay.
Arthur doesn't have a broken ankle
Yeah.
and is able to run
Has
alongside.
been running this whole time. Okay.
In addition,
Okay.
cats land on their feet.
That's
I
true.
don't have any issue with Arthur.
Okay. I don't want this. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a superhero cat.
Oh,
You
the
know,
cat.
so-
The cat came back the very next
Cool,
day,
awesome.
just fine.
Great.
Save the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I just don't want to be like, well, cat's always fine. Like
Yeah.
that's
No.
if I'm bringing a
In
pet
this-
along,
was a
I have
goner,
to
but-
accept
Right.
it. Yeah.
in this case specifically, that was nice. In this case specifically, I think that Arthur is probably
Already at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. So you're
Human-
running, and you
Wow.
see the sort of like a pen being sticked into a balloon,
Oh God.
right? As it sort of is becoming more and more donut shaped behind you.
I really like
You're
that
all
rod.
able to hit the bottom and see straight across.
Uh-huh.
You have another 60, 80 feet before it appears as if there is a drop and then sheer wall across from you. You don't see what is on the other side. It looks like there is no way straight forward, but there is something down. And as you get to the end, you do see
glide.
that there is a huge chute. There is a large gutter. And below, lots of refuse, lots of discarded waste. Probably Marika frequents this area, collecting many of the dumped out dung balls and compost here. Across the way, there is another hole, another continuation of the tunnel. 50 feet across and 50 feet down.
Whew.
All right, well, guess we don't have much of a choice.
You know, look, I like being sort of famous and all, but if we die here, I'm just gonna say I hope nobody finds us and they just leave it at that.
Oh, it's very hard to run and breathe at the same time right now, so let's do whatever we're doing with less talking.
Okay, everyone just grab on, just hold me, we're gonna jump.
Okay. Wait, what?
Just trust me. I mean, I haven't used my ears in, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine, okay? We've got this.
It's better than the alternative.
Okay.
I'm willing to take this risk.
Wait, what's
You know
the
what?
alternative?
I'm gonna like start singing as we do it, and I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do to help, I'm helping.
Sure.
All right, I guess I'll try to take a running start and jump off. And when
Great.
I do, my ears just...
Awesome. So Tutru has the Simic hybrid trait of manta ray wings.
Yes.
So she has a, what's the word? It's like a proscenium,
Oh, yeah.
like a sugar glider.
Mm-hmm.
But it's her ears.
I'm
And you're able very easily to sustain your own weight.
yeah, I know,
However,
that's what I was worried about.
how much do you weigh?
Oh,
Yeah.
probably a decent amount.
You big boy.
You two are pretty small, comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
You're humans.
We're wee ones.
It's not gonna be a
What a
great
way ones.
landing.
You're probably-
But to be
You know.
fair, she does also have higher strength than she normally would have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that will factor in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like write
I'll
down
take that
my
movable
weight.
rod.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
It's a good use.
Unless you want to go back and get
No,
it.
I'm good.
No, you good? Okay.
What's your
think I-
size class?
No more.
I mean,
movable rod.
I'm still medium.
Okay.
So I
Right.
think I'm not like
like a svelte,
leagues ahead
like a
of
svelte
you.
220, 250,
Yeah, I would say more like 350.
350.
I mean, not 250 is what I meant to say.
Okay.
350 be a lot.
You meant 150.
Yeah, I meant
you're
no, I
probably
probably am like 90 pounds.
Right, right.
Plus, because I'm a Luxodon, I have powerful build, so I can carry
Right.
an extra above
That's
mine.
true.
Oh,
you
nice.
already qualify as a large-sized creature for purposes of carrying capacity,
Right.
which means that you can carry something like 400 pounds.
Yeah, you count as one size larger than determining your carrying capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, you have the strength belt,
Yep.
which means that you're able to carry a lot. You're currently carrying about 600 pounds worth of person,
Sweet.
which is right about the number where it's going to be close.
Yep.
All
So
right.
I'm going to give you an athletics roll.
Okay.
How far away is that?
50 feet across, 50 feet down.
Okay, so that's kind of. I don't know if we have time to do this, but I do have an idea that we could talk about. If we were to take the rope we have, like, because I know just we all started with adventurer packs and they come with rope.
I didn't. Yeah.
Well, I imagine one of you guys does at least, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you pull up the rope that we put down in the doorway?
I mean, I have
Yeah,
rope,
Okay, I have rope.
Yeah, I'd keep my rope with me.
but I mean, yeah.
But what I'm thinking is, you can carry those two, and we could basically like jam the rope in the side. When you get to the other side, slam it in there, make a zip line, and then I could.
Oh my god! Please let us do that now.
I
If
mean,
only we had a
I
rod
did
that would definitely
kind of
hold on to a
say-
zip line.
Oh, someone wasted our. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's my fault.
So
what
it was
are you
great
doing?
use of a movable.
What are you
rod.
doing?
I mean, we could try that. I said I already jumped, but if we want to...
You could jump
Why?
off.
Yeah, but then.
I'll let you do however you want to do it. Do you
All
want,
right,
so your
let's try
choices are, you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, if that's safer.
So here's what I think we'll do. When we get to the thing, we're like trying to jump on Tutru, and you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be a lot to carry," and I'm like,
All right, three of you go. I'll here. Take the rope. I'll zip across.
Okay.
I don't know if I call it zip, but
Sure.
because that'd be like calling it $1 across.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it's our best chance. Otherwise, I'm probably the best set to actually survive a jump into the refuse down there.
Okay.
All right, if you think that's wise.
A fall that far is farther than you think it is. Trust me.
Sure, yeah, but I think we could very much end up with all of us falling that far if you're trying to carry my weight.
All right, let's do it quickly.
Yeah,
quickly,
we don't have
quickly.
time.
As
I trust you if you think you can do it.
so,
Well,
Tutru,
I'm in full armor.
you have your friends sort of somewhere over your shoulders, under your arms, whatever, and you take
Get
a running
Arthur.
start. Yep, Arthur's
thank you.
there,
I think Velma has him
Yeah.
at this
Sure.
point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
and they're
She, like,
light
wraps her
enough.
coat around it.
They're light enough that I'm not going to make you make a check here.
Oh, okay.
Now, for the rest of you, now you're used to your own ears, but for the rest of you, you've seen a house fly, you've seen a horse fly, you've even seen a dragon fly. but you ain't never seen an elephant fly. And this is something
this is
else.
a Loxodon, so we still have it.
That is in theaters now, by the way. And you're able to sort of glide. You're able to glide 2 feet over for every 1 foot down. So you could actually make it with plenty of space because this is 1 and 1. So you're able to get down into the tunnel below. You're trailing a rope behind you. You have one end of the rope. You have the other end of the rope.
Okay.
What are you doing now?
So what I'm going to do is there anywhere I can secure the rope on this side?
You don't see any. I mean, you see like roots. You see thick vines. You aren't sure exactly. I would say make a nature check
Well, okay.
to see if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
I will
specific.
check that. I have an idea
In
if
the
I
box,
don't find
in the
anything.
box.
Yeah. It's a 17.
Okay. You do see a vine that looks particularly sturdy.
Awesome. I think I will tie it around that vine and then pull it. I was thinking if I couldn't find anything, I would jam my old axe into the ground and tie it to the hilt. But I'd much rather
And
not
with
do
your
that.
military training, we'll say that you have plenty of knowledge of knots. I'm not going to make you have to do anything with
Sure, yeah.
that. On your end, what are you doing with your end of the rope?
Is there anything I can tie it into? I'm gonna be looking around.
I would say make an investigation check. Your end doesn't
Not that
appear
nice.
to be plant-like. There's not much fauna. It's mostly stone.
We'd have to get it into the ceiling or something because he'd have to come into us, or else he'd go down there. If we
Would our
touched the
adventuring
ground.
kits have like any like
I rolled, like,
pistons?
Pittons?
5.
Do you have a dungeoneering kit? I
Does
believe.
anyone but me? I don't.
I
I have
don't.
mine. I have a disguise kit.
I
so.
don't.
I work in an
believe-
office, so
Yeah.
no.
I got some fake noses. I got a mustache.
I
in my
don't
hair.
believe
I might
that
have a
you
binder
start.
clip on me.
Oh,
I got some spirit gum. That stuff will stick really well.
Is there anything in your cloak of
I'm
random
listening.
crap?
Cloak of random crap
Thank
coming
you.
through in the
Random crap,
clutch.
thank you.
Cloak of
I mean,
saving
I can
our
put
lives
a window
constantly.
somewhere and tie it to the window.
That's funny.
Windows are made of wood. So
Are
just-
they? They can be like an iron window.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't rip apart iron, so I don't know how that helps.
Is there anything like heavy?
No, I already used the
What
iron
if we just
door.
hold it
In the
really
boat.
tight?
Yeah.
we already used.
Yeah,
those.
we're gonna have to just hold it. We don't have a lot of time. All right.
Yeah, and she's
I'm
strong.
just gonna back
She's
as
very
far as I
strong.
can go into whatever chasm we're in to give him the
Great.
highest down and.
You're all like braced. Like, I
Right.
imagine the entire.
So you tie off your end of the rope. You pull, and the rope is now taut. What do you do?
All right, here goes nothing.
And I'm going to put my.
You're not gonna do that, but yeah, you're good.
I think
I'll
I've
put
got
my
shock
axe
absorbers.
over it, and then just be like,
And repel.
Okay, it's not flying. You're on a rope. Okay, you can do this. Pretend you were an angel once. You remember that? Okay, let's go.
and I'm gonna leap and try and zip line down across the thing.
And just like your friend, the flying elephant, you now have a flying minotaur of sorts.
sliding.
I would
He's falling
say
in style.
you're falling in style. This is not a maneuver you're particularly have trained ever.
yeah,
I should have given you inspiration.
So I'm gonna give you.
So yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is have you make a strength check at advantage
Yeah.
to make sure that you hold the rope as this heavy minotaur is sliding down it.
Yeah, this is 90%.
You make an athletics check just straight up. Not a horrendous DC,
Okay.
but it is going to be medium. I think.
Athletics is my
20.
Dirty 20. You're
my
good.
like best skill by
Great.
far. So
Let's see how we do.
that's
And,
a.
and advantage.
Oh right.
Advantage, by the way, means that he rolls twice and takes the better result
It's an
on the
18.
D20. 18's plenty.
Yeah.
This was a DC 10 on your end.
Great.
Because this was just holding on to the thing. Even though it's not something you have practice with, holding on to things is... You're good.
I also think the view of what was under me would like really motivate me to just hold on.
Absolutely.
And it's a cursed axe, so I'm not allowed to let go.
let go of it. That's right.
Lucian cast command word drop.
I've been waiting
Yeah.
this whole time.
You're like, call me blue one more time.
Who's blue now? You
Set him
big
up
homie?
and knock him down. And so you are able to hold on all the way to the bottom. The rope being pulled taut is caught sort of at the edge of where the roof of the cave ends. So you're going to crash
That seems
with,
fair.
with the axe in hand. And you're able to let go at the right time. I would actually... I would say make a intelligence check
Okay.
to let go at the right time.
All right. I have.
In the box.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh no.
Not
Just
the
stick it out.
not the smartest.
I think
so
I'm panicking.
as a result,
Wait, what did you roll?
You rolled a
One
one.
natural one.
as a result of letting go at
I
the
can't
wrong
see the
time,
dice.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
gotta tell
have
them
you
to
make
roll.
an acrobatics check at disadvantage
All right.
to see how bad you crash.
Because I actually think it would be kind of hilarious if we like set up this whole like zipline thing. It's like, here, go, go, and he's swinging across,
Also-
and then he just lets go.
Also,
Yeah.
you kind of hold onto the axe long just because it's making you a little berserk. You're like, I
Right.
don't want to let go of this axe.
That's
But
right.
wait, I might die.
So you held on. We'll say that you hold on too long instead
Yep.
of letting go too early.
And so I just like slam.
So you
into the...
slam, your hands slam into the roof, and you're about to slam into the ceiling.
All
So
right.
make an acrobatics check
Okay, at disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
All right.
2
Ooh, that's not great.
and a 13.
All right, so that's a
Oh.
4.
Okay, so here's what's
Yes,
going to
yes,
happen.
yes.
You went over 50 feet and down 50 feet.
Mhm.
So I'm going to call that, let's say, 30 feet of falling damage.
Okay.
Roll 3d6s for me and take that much damage. As you careen down this makeshift
6s.
zip line and slam yourself into the ceiling, taking
11 damage.
falling damage.
All right, well, if you're going to roll a 1, that's the time to do it.
Right?
You are now, it seems, you look around, you don't see any more plant life. First of all, that scene was great. Well done, everybody. You look around, you do not see signs of plant life around anymore.
What you see is 2 giant dung balls that are coming at...
Mm.
No!
Behind you, you hear the skittering and the cicada song of the Golgari. You do not hear that in front of you.
That's the way I'm marching then. I'm done with this.
You appear to have left Golgari territory and are now in the Undercity proper.
Ugh.
All right, I'm gonna run over to you, Astra. Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'll get up.
I feel a little dumb, but yeah. I mean, we made it across, right? I'm not wrapped up in a giant dung ball at the bottom of that crater.
No.
No,
You're here with us.
survived.
We're
Yeah, we
all
all made
here.
it.
Yeah, we've all looked a little. We all of us look a little worse for wear right now.
I could use a bath
Yeah, I
or
could definitely...
several
Let's see the
baths.
sunlight again.
I could use several naps.
You all begin walking down this long cave tunnel. Most of the caves in Ravnica, at least in the 10th district, are actual caves. This appears to be a lava tube of some kind. At least partially lava tube, perhaps some worm tunnel.
So like the whole circle around us.
Yes.
So like the ceiling and walls and is the floor lava? Is what I'm asking.
No, the floor is not lava. Not anymore.
All right.
Also, it wouldn't be lava, the floor would be magma in that
Sure.
case. But
Yeah.
Oh, science!
Yeah.
I appreciate your candor.
I just
But it is not piled up bricks and old city, as much of Ravnica would be at this amount of distance above sea level, because you are inside of a mountain. This is lava tube and partially carved out at portions.
cool.
You go for a while, not really seeing many signs of intelligent life. You do see the occasional smaller life form skitter about. A small skull with octopus legs called a slitherhead makes its way across the cave floor at one point.
Ugh.
Do not like...
Gross.
Kind of cute.
Some of the hall that you pass through, instead of having the faint green light, has a faint purplish light from a bioluminescent lichen that you're passing through. There's fluorescent fungus of pink and yellow occasionally. You pass through larger chambers every once in a while with barrel stalk and water orb and the various types of mushrooms and fungi that you had seen down in the Maze of Decay. After a while, you're starting to get not only tired from your adventure, but tired from the day. You can't see the sun, but you can tell from your internal clock that it is getting late. One of the first signs of life that you see is what appears to be you're coming out to a bit of a crossroads kind of area. in this crossroads, there is a building that looks like a mound, an adobe hut, sort of. And it has sconces and torches. It has a sign that flickers in the flickering light. And the name of the building is Life from the Loam.
It's a good card.
Does someone live here?
As you approach, it looks like it is a motel.
Oh, sweet, stinky Nephilims.
Oh,
Yeah, people can live anywhere.
Oh,
You know, and
I couldn't live here.
yeah, well, I think there's a lot of places you couldn't live.
It's true.
Well, let's keep that down to ourselves. We don't want to pay a higher rate when we get inside there.
all right.
It does look like there are a couple of trade caravans, some tied up beasts of burden of some kind, as well as some wagons as well. The sign does read vacancy,
Of course it does.
and you're able to make your way inside if you so choose.
Normally I would say let's keep moving because I can't stand this place anymore, but all of my internal bleeding is asking me to choose a place to rest now.
Yes,
As
that
long as we all agree with that.
Yeah,
the challenge in Frasca's lair definitely took it out of us, so we should stop and rest. And I'm afraid for our friend here.
yeah.
And myself as well, to be fair.
I still think I got some of that goo from that weird cube thing in my horns and ears and everything.
Oh,
Oh,
We should definitely try to get some rest then, and I have some spells left, but I'm pretty fatigued as well, so...
no, once we get horizontal, we should be okay.
so I'll go in and I'll walk up to what?
Bing, ding, 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 ding. As you enter through the door, the bell rings, and you walk into a lobby. There are about 3 chairs. There is a potted plant. There is what appears to be a cage of netting that is sort of ensconced in what looks like amber, but it's dripping vaguely. Might be sort of spider netting around this cage of an office. In the cage, there you see 2 large hands, insectile hands, holding a copy of the Trans Guild Courier, and is sort of flipping pages. Feet up. 2 insectile feet up on the desk. What do you want?
I would like to procure at least 1, possibly 2 rooms if you have them available.
And dropping the newspaper, you see a crawl. But this is like a big picture an anthropomorphized cockroach. This is like a big dude.
Big fan of Kafka.
And drops the newspaper, folds it up, sets it down. Welcome to the Life from the Loam. Best value accommodations underneath the 10th. What can I do for you?
Again,
How many rooms?
How much are the rooms?
Well, how many hours you stay in here? We charge by the hour, because we're a classy joint.
Oh, good.
Yes, I have experience. Okay. I think we'll need a good night's sleep. How much do you have a discount for a whole night?
No. 1 silver per hour per room.
We would have to cover that, do you think, amongst ourselves?
yeah, here's the thing. We never, like,
That'd be
counted-
16 silver. Yeah, you'd have
Okay.
16 silver. That's
Okay, cool.
that's like what would that be? That'd be like $160 between the 4 of you.
Okay.
Is that right?
I mean, if you're equating a silver to $1, is that what you're
So
saying?
no, this would be 4. Oh no, because silver translates 4 silver translates to a gold in Ravnica,
Oh.
as opposed to most planes of existence where it's 10 to a gold.
Oh.
So
That's
this
a lot
would
of
be
money.
this would be a lot of money. So I'll say it's a silver every 2 hours.
Okay.
This would be 2 gold, which I think y'all would have.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're able to cover those accommodations.
I'm gonna speak to him in Undercommon
Mm-hmm.
and try to see if I can get him to lower the price.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
sure.
don't even have real
What do you
money.
say?
I'm going to speak to him and say, I understand that you are an honest man just trying to run a business. I myself run an establishment not unlike yours in nature, and I wonder if you have any sort of professional courtesy discount you might acquire. And if you ever find your way up into the first precinct, you can enjoy a drink on me at the Generous Stray.
Roll persuasion at advantage because he was just reading a copy of the Trans-Guild Courier.
Okay, well, the first one's going to be a crit fail, so let's see if we got better results.
Oh, in the box.
I know, I'm aware.
Really, in the box.
Okay, so that one's going to be 13 plus my persuasion, which is going to be 5. That's going to be 18.
Significantly better than a
Yes.
natural one.
Yeah. And never mind.
Yeah.
Generous Stray.
Mhm.
Oh, are you Miss Velma Sweet of the Mended Pact?
On my better days, yes, I
Do
am.
my eyes deceive me?
None of them do.
Oh, wow. This is a great day. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you 2 for the price of 1.
You are too kind.
I certainly am, but I expect the same in return when I come up and visit you.
Well, the prices are negotiable, so very well.
Fair enough. And he'll slide across 2 skeleton keys, and you have rooms for the evening. Your accommodations are beds, and when I say beds, I mean they're like flower beds. They are raised boxes of dirt with moss and grass.
Oh,
Okay.
And lichens and things like that.
it's like taking a nap under Vitugazi.
It's
I have
exactly-
had far worse on the road, trust me.
This doesn't look good for my back. I could
Oh,
get
no,
some
Yeah.
It'll be
a
great.
bed with some back support.
Also, I'm not particularly great at reading insects' emotions and stuff, but what do we think the over/under is on this guy trying to kill us in our sleep?
Oh, it's about 50-50, yes, for sure.
All right, I can take those
Well,
chances.
50% chance he murders us in our sleep?
I mean, I'm just guessing.
What did you say to him?
I told him we could have a drink on the house if he ever came to the Generous Stray.
Oh, well then he'd hold out for that deal, then
Oh,
it should be
sure.
okay.
Okay, well, that's assuming a lot about Kroll and their proclivities, but all right.
I guess I am. I'm too
I'm
tired.
sure it'll be fine.
You have 2 rooms. Who's bunking?
I think Velma would go in with Tutaru.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that
work
makes
on your
sense.
foot some more,
Oh,
probably.
yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So I'm
And the copy boys would take the other room.
Coffee?
I said copy.
Oh, coffee.
I thought you said coffee as well, to be fair.
But we do love coffee.
So
That's
We stay up-
defining out
we
with
stay up
our
all
dinner
night.
circles.
We stay up all night drinking coffee.
As we are going to our rooms and taking this will qualify as a long rest.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Don't fill that in just yet.
No, okay.
Ooh, this is gonna get
Because a couple of things. Let's start with the ladies. Do you have anything as you're healing Velma's foot? We'll say that this is the last night required to keep tending to your foot.
Okay.
You will no longer have a limp.
Okay, when we wake up in the morning.
When you wake up in the morning, you
Great.
will no longer have your limp.
Goodbye,
You'll
sweet
be
cane gun.
you'll be recovered enough that
Okay.
you'll be back on your feet.
Great.
Do you have anything that you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, Velma has been kind of keeping an eye on Tutaru, so I'm gonna play. I want to do that scene again.
Yeah.
I think it's been fun to do.
Okay.
So Tutaru, I just want to check in with you again and see how you're feeling about the whole scenario with Feather and with essentially your father.
It's been, I don't know, I feel like we've been so busy that I haven't devoted a lot of time to thinking about it, or I guess I've been trying not to. It sucks to know that someone would be out there willing to do something so terrible, and I'm having a hard time accepting that and believing it.
I think you can understand easily if I tell you that I relate very much to this exact feeling that you have.
Oh, really?
I think that you have met the gentleman that I have the same feeling towards several times, this Ministrant Salias of the Orzhov Guild. I have been consumed with vengeance towards Mr. Salias for quite some time, longer than you have been alive, I have to actually admit. And there is something about vengeance that wears on your soul after a long time, and it has only been recently, since traveling with you, my new friends, that I have kind of become aware of that. And I don't like it. And I don't like what it's turned me into. And I don't want that same fate for you. So I think that it is good for us to try to take Feather off the board, as stated by our Boros friend in her throne room. I want to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. There is a difference between vengeance and justice, and unfortunately I have crossed that line far too many times, so I know it all too well.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know how bad it was with Celias. I feel terrible for what I did back at the not Dinner Stray.
The Drunken Reveler.
Dead Reveler.
Reveler.
I think that actually Astaroth was correct, and you probably saved our lives that night by doing that. It was an impulsive moment, but
still, you've carried that for so long. I can't imagine how hard that's been for you. I'm so sorry.
It's strange how paths in life can cross. And she kind of like motions to her bag where she put the book that she got from Vraska.
Yeah.
This was a personal mission for a long time, getting this book.
Why is that? Why are you seem very interested in it? I'm not really sure I understand why.
Originally, it was a dalliance. I've long been a collector of true crime stories, and I love learning about the history of Ravnica through its histories of murders and deaths. And this is a first edition of a book that was written 10,000 years ago that is alleged to be part of what we've now learned is a legitimate conspiracy to defraud the city of Ravnica in order to create the covenants of the Guild Pact. What I didn't know, and every edition I've found in this book since then, I found even as most recent as the 3rd edition, has been redacted and changed and cut out and removing vital information. And for someone like me who hunts information, that is like candy, and also it just teases at me and gnaws at me. I want to know what is in it. And then, do you remember the poem that I read out loud to Vraska in her chamber? The song that I sing when I cast my music?
Yes, yeah, I do.
I was taught that song by a man I knew when I was a child. That same man is who stood in the doorway of my home and prevented Celias from entering it the day he came to claim me. He's the man who refused to invite him in when my mother was too passed out from her drug usage to be able to prevent such a thing happening as well. I fled the back door, and I've never seen my childhood home again.
Oh, Alma.
That man wrote this poem.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I saw him with my own eyes. Well, actually, I didn't see him with my own eyes. I saw him with... Is it Zadek?
Zadek.
I saw him with Zadek's eyes the day that I got this. And she points to the tattoo.
Zadok's eyes? Could that even be possible?
I have stopped believing what is or isn't possible in Ravnica. What I know is that the man that was almost a surrogate father to me, the man who reached out of the darkness and plucked me from a certain short life or a life of servitude not unlike your centaur friend that we saw at the casino. And he saved me. And I don't know why. And I don't know what purpose he had for it. And he's not who I thought he was. He's been alive for at least 10,000 years, and he wrote this book. And this book brings us all together because this is the closest thing we have to a first-hand account of what happened and those events and that trial that we know Feather's responsible for. That is why I was so recklessly trying to get this book. I didn't want to let Vraska know how important it was to us. I wanted her to believe that I was a rare book dealer who was on the hunt for a treasure. But we need to keep this book and we need to study it. We need to learn everything that is happening in it. And I don't know why we're all part of this together, but there's a reason for it.
What is going on? This is just getting crazier and crazier.
When we were speaking to Jace, he seemed to think that there was some sort of unseen force behind the scenes that was bringing us together. And I am more and more convinced that is true. And I want to know who it is, and I want to know why.
I agree. We have to figure this out.
Yes. But we are not much good to anyone right now in our current state, so I believe it is good for us to get some rest.
Sounds good. Your foot looks pretty good as well. It should be pretty good in the morning. Just don't sleep on it weird.
Thank you. And I mean what I say. I don't want you consumed by the fire that consumed too much of my life. I've been hiding from it for so long, I don't even know who I am anymore. And I don't want that for you. So please speak to me. If you ever feel that rage boiling up inside you, I will help you, I promise.
Thank you. I will. And if you ever as well, you know you can always reach out to me or Astaroth or Lucian.
Maybe Astrok. I feel like this man saved me, and I don't know why, and I don't know what he saw in me, but it's caused me to think about a lot of things differently now. And I want to help you, and I want to help that centaur, and I want to I don't want anybody else to be caught up in that man's webs, and I don't want anyone caught up in Feather's webs. We need to do something about it.
I agree, and I think that you've always been a good person, and no matter what you seem to think, and I think it's very brave of you to want to help us and help make sure nothing else goes wrong.
I don't know if I'm a good person, but I know that I want to try to be.
And get some rest then.
And as you cast your spell to help heal your friend, and you use your words to help heal yours, you're able to drift off to sleep. The two of you, Tutoru and Velma, and of course, sitting in the window, Arthur.
Oh, and I didn't tell you Arthur's name in the scene. Oh,
Yeah,
Meanwhile, in the other room, Lucian and Astaroth.
Real quick, how
Yes.
do we roll to recover hit dice?
I'll get to that after
Okay,
them.
sorry.
Man, this is a hell of a nice axe. I mean, like I've been using it the entire time we were up there, and normally I gotta sharpen these things after a bit of use like that, but I don't think there's anything to sharpen.
Why are you sharpening it? You're going to bed.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how it is. You gotta take care of your tools, right?
Absolutely, yes. I understand that a sharp pencil is always better than a dull one.
Hey, Lucian,
Yes.
I gotta say, you almost knocked me over when you just told Vraska what we were doing. That took a lot of balls.
Well, I'm a little confused, to be honest, because yes, I went a different way with it. One, because I was just annoyed at the circumstances, and being stuck in Golgari territory doesn't exactly please me, but we went through the underground to get there when we could have just walked through the front. We haven't found anything of note that I can think of. I'm trying to put it into notes, and the Living Guild Pact himself sent us to these guilds to discover what's going on. And as far as we know, what have we learned? What is amiss here? What, in the grand scheme of things, what have we done?
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your mind around exactly what's going on with all of it. But hey, look, I think this is bothering you more than it's bothering me, because I'm used to just not knowing what's going on a lot of the time. Now, look, you're an investigator. We've both worked cases. And we know that a lot of the time, nothing makes any sense until it all makes sense.
Yes, but if you do have a credible informant, in this case for us, the Living Guild Pact himself, Jace Balerin, giving you information, you obviously assume that information is good, but what if it's not? What if this is either a wild goose chase, or just him getting us off his back? Or, I don't know. I just want something to make sense, and it's just not.
I mean, you could be right. Look, I tend to defer to authority on things like this because it just makes it easier not to put the decision in my hands, but after everything we've learned about the Boros and the Guild Pact and everything else, it's just hard to tell you can trust anymore.
I think what worries me most is that because we haven't really found something solid as far as schemes go between guilds, I am worried that once we get to the Azorius, I'll look like a fool. Because they keep their secrets pretty tight, even from me, and what if there is nothing? I think about it. If the Boros had something going on like this, you had to walk in there and accuse them of nothing as far as you know. What would you do? What if you were wrong?
I don't know. I mean, the reason I go to them, the reason I even joined the Boros was so that I wouldn't be wrong in all my decisions all the time. You know, having having this force of justice that decided what you were allowed to do and gave you orders, and makes it a little easier to rest at night. Instead of having to worry if you're a bad guy, if you're making things worse for Ravnica. But look, Blue, whatever we gotta do going into the Azorius, you know you're part of our group now. You're not just another one of their investigators. No more than I'm just a Boros street cop.
I know, but at the core, we are those guilds that we pledged to. I mean, I bleed blue and white. I do. And it's just tough. Plus, my family's likely involved. And anyways, I don't think I can do notes anymore tonight, so let's just get some rest and we'll talk in the morning.
All right, get some sleep, Blue.
Yeah, you too. Good night, Astra.
Night.
And as you turn in for sleep with your evening finally restful, we are going to take a long rest.
Yes.
Now, a long rest recovers all of your hit points.
Yes.
You recover 1 level of exhaustion if you have any. You also recover half of your hit dice. In addition, the Life from the Loam grants you all 1d4 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're rolling for all of us or each roll?
We'll do roll once, and you'll all get
2.
2 temporary hit points.
I'll take it.
That'll do.
From the magical Life from the Loam that this place grants you. In addition, everyone roll a Constitution save.
That's fair.
Oh boy.
It's pretty smelly in there.
I got a unnatural 20.
16.
I got a 17.
14, I think. Does 15 change it? Or is 14 okay?
14's fine.
All right.
You guys aren't fun.
We crit fail on our piggyback ride.
Yeah, you save against my Roach Motel. And you wake up in the morning refreshed. There is no light outside your windows. However, you are awake and alert, and you have the day.
Just to clarify, when you say we regain all of our HP or we roll?
You regain all of your hit points.
Okay.
And you recover half of your hit dice.
And we currently lost 3 of our max HP, right? From the...
So that recovers as well. Yes,
Oh,
yesterday,
until next long
that was
rest.
until the
Cool,
next
cool.
long rest.
So we
you
recovered
had-
that, plus we added 2 to that.
Plus you
So
added 2.
We're
yes.
2 up from our normal height.
Nice.
Yes, long rest. Ooh, great.
You wake up in the morning. The other steeds and wagons appear to have left. You have a path in front of you.
I'll leave a tip for the
Okay.
guy.
Oh, much obliged. Thank you.
Thank you.
You learn that his name is Blada.
Ah.
And Blada, the crawl, wishes you a fond farewell and points you further down the only way that you can go. And you begin walking down the tunnel, meandering your way through cavern and cave, eventually coming across it's a couple hours, maybe 10, 11 a.m. at this point by your internal clocks. You've passed through some more what are very clearly worm tunnels, W-U-R-M, large carved tunnels that are smashed with teeth at the edges, massive beasts, primarily of the Celestia, that can essentially melt stone as they pass through them. You pass through carved areas as well, carved dungeons, as we've learned is what they're called, done so by Devkaran elves and Crawl and other beasts and beings of the Undercity. Eventually you come to another natural sort of cavern with some stalactites and stalagmites, and coming from inside of it, you hear some whistling. Make a perception check.
Perceive. It's a 12.
I am also going to make a
11.
perception check.
Yeah,
Dirty
change your
20.
dice.
17 plus
Why?
3.
Great, there is orange colored.
Okay. About 30 feet away, you see a reddish figure, humanoid, rather large, pretty tall, maybe 7 feet tall, maybe 8 feet tall. Wearing a straw hat, a burlap kind of vest, breeches, barefoot, it seems, feet dipped, hanging over a rock, holding a fishing pole that is dangling a line into an underground little puddle. And he's whistling to himself. And he also notices that new people have arrived, turning around. You see that he has a triangular angled face, big, long, gray beard that, as he turns, is long enough that you can't see where it ends in front of him. He has pleasant, happy features, a wide smile, crooked but sharp teeth. And the most notable feature, as he turns and you can see inside of his hat, are a pair of curved horns that sit at the side of his head.
Right.
He has friendly eyes, and he turns to you and he says, "Boy, y'all look lost. How y'all doing?"
Just mind our own business. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta be polite.
Yeah.
Well, I'm.
Being
Alright,
rude gets you stabbed down here.
He's got horns, so, we can trust him at least a little bit.
Y'all know I can hear you, right?
Well, good day to you, sir.
Good day to you. How y'all doing?
We're doing well. We are just out for a jaunt.
That is an interesting place to go for a jaunt.
Hey,
Couple y'all look like you ain't been down below in a while.
yeah, well, the old stomping grounds they change all the time, so you can get a little thrown off. If we wanted to go up, what would be the fastest way to do that?
Oh, well, shoot darn tootin'. It's lucky you popped up in my neck of the woods. I can take you upstairs anytime.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand most of that sentence. Could you repeat that?
He was telling us it was fortuitous that we arrived in his vicinity, for he could provide us an exit from this area.
Dev
Wonderful.
Karen ladies are right on board. That dog will hunt. Nice to meet y'all. My name's Svetovid.
I was correct. I interpreted imperfectly.
Wonderful. No, this is great. Yes. We would like to leave immediately.
Absolutely. What's y'all?
I would like to make an insight check.
Sure, go ahead.
Make sure he's not trying to scam us.
He's
With
got
that
horns, so I
voice?
trust him.
I don't know.
That's a 10. Yeah.
Seems legit.
Okay.
Well, that's great. You can help us?
Absolutely. You can call me your Undercity informer.
Hey, I mean, if it's gonna get us there, I say we go for it.
When he says informer, I'm going to start looking around at his arms and legs to see if he's wearing any sort of wristbands or bracelets or any sort of...
Sure. Make a perception check.
Perception check.
Or this would be investigation, since you're looking specifically.
Investigation, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be another dirty 20, 17 plus 3.
Yeah, you look a little bit closer at his person. You don't notice anything of that kind.
Okay.
We're talking about...
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't notice any demure insignias.
Friendship bracelets.
Yeah, friendship bracelets.
Well, that already for like thieves, rogues kind of
No,
things.
no thieves can't.
Okay.
No demure insignia.
Okay.
You do notice that he's very simple garb. He's
Okay.
wearing a vest that is open, no shirt underneath. He's very clearly a devil. He has a tail.
Okay.
He has simple black breeches that end at the calf. No shoes, clawed feet. He does appear to have a long, looks like an ant leg of some kind
Alright.
sticking out of his mouth.
hayseed,
Like a hayseed, but it's an
Alright.
ant leg.
I like this guy.
What was the
He
advice we
murders
were
us,
given
I'll be okay.
specifically about devils? If we were in the under...
Well, those were like those were like monstrous devils. Those
Yeah.
were-
I'd still like to
But-
remember. Can I make an intelligence check to see if I remember?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Nat 20.
So you recall that Tamina, your
Yep.
crawl guard, informed you that the best way to avoid devils is if you come across one, to not seem like a threat, to curl up into a ball, to cover your neck, to not make eye contact.
That's what I did when
all
that
of
thing
those
came
things.
by.
Okay.
So,
Probably
so
like-
he goes into like the fetal
Like what you
position.
said. Now, specifically, that was demons. This
Oh.
is a devil, and they are distinct and different.
Okay.
She didn't
So
mention
he
anything
didn't
about
say
devils.
anything
Not
about
mention anything
Okay.
about devils.
Great.
But no, good memory. Yeah.
Demons are huge. Demons are 20, 30 feet tall. Most devils are humanoid, even if they're a little bit larger or a little bit smaller. Although there are, well, we won't get into it.
So,
But
but what is like the general consensus of what people think, what Ravnikins think about devils? Like, are they common in the surface?
oh yeah, well, they're not super common in the surface.
Okay.
Obviously, the most common guilds that they're associated with are the Rakdos. Of
course, yeah.
You have seen some at the Dead Reveler. You have seen some at the Generous Stray. They're party
They're good
people.
tippers.
They're
Right.
good tippers. They like a good party. They're revelrous.
Okay.
And always good for a good time. Generally gregarious and friendly.
Cool. Okay.
Just don't get on their bad side.
Great.
Well, what would you charge for your directions?
Charge? Well, I'm headed up to the surface anyway, so if y'all want to follow me where I'm going, I'm more than happy to have y'all tag along.
What
Where
do
are
you
you
think?
going?
I'm headed back my usual way out, which is through the demon's vestibule, up the hellhole, in through the gore house.
I mean, if
Oh,
it'll get us there.
the way we could have come in. Excellent.
You probably couldn't have come in that way, being not. I assume y'all ain't from the Rakdos Guild.
Not recently, no.
Yeah, you probably don't have the right paperwork to come on down. But if you come on back up, they'll probably let you in. You know, a little bit of in-out policy.
Okay, that doesn't seem like a real policy, but
Does it get us out of here?
It sure
Let's
do.
do it. I'm in. Let's do it.
So-
I mean, our
Great.
other option is just wandering and hoping we figure we find a column up to the.
what about the demon vestibule? Is that what? That
Demon's
sounds,
vestibule.
that sounds troublesome. And
It's not nearly
better
as.
than poop tube. So I'm just gonna say that out there.
You guys came down the poop chute? Who sent you
Basically.
that way?
Oh, well.
A friend who had a
Talk
sense of
about
humor, I
that,
believe.
but-
yeah.
Well, that's kind of gross. I don't like that entrance. There are a couple of other ways out if y'all are really interested.
Yes, I am.
Well, of course, there's Dead Bridge.
That doesn't sound pleasant. What else is there?
I grew up around there. It's not too bad.
Those are the only two that are
it's a
sort of
neighborhood.
the only two that are sort of the public entrances are that Golgari entrance and this one here Rakdos entrance that y'all coming with me with.
That bridge is far back the other direction. Am I not wrong about that?
Absolutely, back through Golgari territory.
Should we not?
Look, I don't love the Rakdos, but after our previous meeting, I think maybe we should just lay low from the Golgari for a little while.
I am never against the plan of laying low from the Golgari, so I'm with you, my fine red friend.
They freak me out a little bit too, give me the heebie-jeebies. Speaking of which, one of the other ways out from a herd, I ain't actually been this way, but if you want to try to go down, there's like a little bit of an underground river that I hear, if you follow it to the headwaters, will take you up above eventually anyway. I ain't been down that way. I heard there's some beasties that I'm not too interested in having conversations with, if y'all know what I mean, but it's an option. The last one, I heard that there's an opening, recently opened, about maybe 3 weeks, month ago. There's just a big old hole, right through down to the center of the
We're
earth.
familiar. I
Right
think
down
we may have
through,
been there.
straight through down to the middle, that goes almost all the way back up to the surface. You might want to try climbing that way. I ain't been over there. That place seems weird. I heard some of my friends, old Jim Bob, one of my friends, he came out of that sector. He said he saw a whole bunch of like googly eyes, and reality was shifting, and all that kind of weirdness.
My friend, I have a question for you. The Demon's Vestibule, is that like an old name for it? Is it kind of like a quaint colloquialism? Or is
Oh,
it,
sure.
There's not like demons hanging out in it currently.
Well, yeah, that too.
But you're fine going in and out, correct?
Of course, everybody's fine. It's like carnies and fair folk and circus performers. It sounds a lot scarier than I know the way I look. And you look at him, and he actually has his beard like tucked into his belt. Is like how old this guy is.
I say we follow the devil. I have sympathy for him.
Not surprised.
I mean, if he can get around, we should probably be okay. I mean,
Well, let's not say things like that too loudly.
So what I'll do is I'll take y'all as far as the Rakdos Carnarium. That's a nice place. They got a bunch of fried foods on a stick and stuff like that. If you're interested in that, I'll drop you off there. I got some errands to run before I go upstairs, but I'll take you that far. It shouldn't be too much of a hop, skip, and a jump for y'all to get up through the Demon's Vestibule, through the Hellhole, into the Gore House, and then you can make your own way back to wherever you from.
I would
Hey.
like to see the sun today. That's just my vote.
I think it's our best shot.
Shouldn't take more than a couple hours.
That
Couple
sound bad.
hours. That's okay. Yeah.
How
get
many
sunlight?
hours is it to the river you were speaking about?
Oh, that's a lot further from here. That's maybe 5-6 hours.
We don't even know where that's gonna come out if it does.
That's true.
Okay. I can walk through Rakdos territory for a couple hours. That's doable.
You gonna be fine, man. It's gonna be a good time. I'm your Huckleberry. Let's get to it. And he will take the fishing rod and pick
What's
it
a
up.
Huckleberry?
And I'm your Goodberry. And he will pick up the fishing rod. And on the end of this fishing rod is a massive hunk of meat. Like a cinder block size hunk of meat that looks like it's been torn to shreds on the edges. Much heavier than this rod should be able to support. Much heavier than this line should be able to
It's like
support.
fishing for Gurmag anglers, or
Right, essentially.
Oh,
for
lovely.
for Matt. Well, I only had a couple nibbles today anyway. I'll come back to it later. Let's get to it.
Sounds good.
And you and Svetovid
Yeah.
make your way away from the murky fishing pond. He's got yellow teeth. He's got like one snowed over eye. But he's in good spirits. Angular face, and he sort of ambles along and just sort of, you know, has a bit of a jaunt about him. You want to do anything along the way?
I'm gonna unclick. I'm still carrying my cane because it's my sword right now.
Sure.
I just unclick it so that I have my rapier at the ready if I need it.
Sure. Sounds good. Any other preparations as you walk? You want to talk to Svetovid? You want to talk to each other?
So, Sven, how long you live down here?
How long? I lived down here this whole time. What you talking about, boy?
I mean, how long's this whole time?
Oh, I don't know. 300 years?
All right, that's
Sort of lose track. You don't really keep track of days too much.
Ah, good one.
As I know,
Plus, there's
it's
no
a
sun.
good one.
Yeah,
That's
there's
right.
no sun. It's very funny.
So where are y'all from?
Are you all right?
You know, just
Weird choice for a vacation.
up.
I grew up in Deadbridge.
Oh, you grew up in Deadbridge.
Well,
Nice.
childhood, yeah.
Very nice. I like Deadbridge, or I used to like Deadbridge. I like Roselad a lot. Reminds me a lot of the Carnarium. You know, a lot of sales folk. Good going up and down the arcades and buying stuff.
It's a good day. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Got some lovely ribbons there as a child.
Oh, very cool. I might have to go back. I do like decorating when I go to the Havoc Festival or what have you.
Spruce
It's a
things
great
up.
time.
It'd be delightful.
Absolutely. Kids like tying stuff to the end of my horns. I'm sure you get that all the time.
Oh yeah, actually, a lot of that. It was a very popular thing. You know, some of the festivals up there. Yeah. So how's the devil community down here?
Oh, we're doing just fine. You know, business as usual. we're friendly folk. You know, we get a bad rap in the press, but I think that it's just, you know, we got a hard shell but a nice creamy center. You know what I mean? Like a good piece of candy.
Yeah, it's funny because when we met you, I half expected you to try and get our souls or something.
Oh, I don't know where you get that idea. What you talking about? See, we get that kind of bad stereotype all the time around here. I'm not trying to get anything from y'all nice folk. You just seemed lost and seemed like you needed help.
I'm sorry. We work in above ground, and we've encountered other devils who are not as pleasant as you are.
I
That's all we meant
appreciate
to
that.
say.
That is very nice of you to say.
You're welcome.
I find devils be delightful folk, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, you know, we aren't all the same, you know, just like any race. There's going to be good ones, there's going to be bad ones, there's going to be ones in between.
Yes, and in our line of work, we've just met a lot of bad.
Of course, as officers of the law, you're going to meet a lot of folk who aren't going to be on their best behavior.
Yeah.
Whether they humans, whether they not humans, whether they demons, whether they devils. You're going to get a lot of folk like that.
Let me
As
tell you, I've seen a devil just tear through almost an entire squad of new recruits.
I believe it. We are strong.
And I'm an entertainer, so I've seen him tear through much more delightful things than that.
You an entertainer?
I work in entertainment, yes.
Oh, that is fantastic. I used to do a little bit of entertainment myself, working in the circus industry. What are you doing?
Well, I'm a singer, and I also operate
You're a singer?
operate a lounge, and I'm a dancer, performer.
I used to play the fiddle.
Interesting. I actually play the fiddle myself.
That's fantastic. You
I'm
have
not
one?
going to bet you. For
No,
fiddle.
I wouldn't
hope
ask
do.
for you
Okay.
to do that. That's another vicious stereotype. But as they say, you know,
Yeah.
not every demon plays the fiddle. That's another
I apologize for the
generalization.
stereotype
To be
joke
fair,
I was
Quite
making
all
yourself.
right. It's
To be fair,
okay.
you just did tell us that you do play the fiddle.
I know
so-
sometimes people, you know, it's not every. I picked it up because my daddy played, and it was just a cool thing to do with the family. But I had some friends who played the banjo, friends who played the mandolin. You know, we're all different.
Popular Undercity instruments. That's where I learned to play it. All
Absolutely.
right? Let's just. Now I'm being
My
offended.
point is, everybody's different.
Yes, we all-
Everybody has their own unique.
Would you
We
care
all
to
have our favorite
to
instruments,
play
I'm
together?
sure.
I
As we
love that.
We should probably keep to ourselves. We don't want to attract any attention.
Come on.
Oh,
we've been
we're-
stuck under
Lucian.
here.
If we were walking around near New Prov, would you want me to trust you about how to behave and how to act in decorum?
Yes.
Okay, I grew up near the Undercity. I grew up amongst Golgari type people, Undercity folk. This is my people. That's just. Can you trust me?
But I mean, it's just it's not fair because we don't have all of our instruments. Our favorite musical things aren't involved, so I feel like it's a bit unfair to everyone.
Well, you can always
Yeah,
use
I
the
don't
best.
walk
You
around with a badge all the time, but I don't stop you from doing it when it works for you.
Well,
can
I feel
always
like you
use-
can have a bad team.
You can always use your
That is very
Rakdos
true.
given
Thank you.
talents. Sing along, do some clapping,
Oh no, my favorite instrument.
tap your hoof. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a hoof.
No,
We also, you know what we can do? We can play the horn. Am I right?
Because they have horns. It's great.
It's
I
'cause
love
we
this
got
man.
horns.
This guy is great. I enjoy him quite a
Well,
lot.
that would mean he would have to rip the horn out of his head. And
Oh,
then
just
play-
laugh at the joke.
Oh, all right.
Tutu, what do you play?
I just don't really play anything.
No?
I'm
Yeah, well,
always
you
just
should.
crafted.
Wait,
You spend all that time carving statues. You've never carved a flute for yourself.
No, I haven't actually.
You should. Well, Lucian, what is yours?
With those you got those big pipes as a loxodon. I bet that
That's
you could
true.
do some good trumpeting.
My favorite instrument is actually it's not quite an instrument, but it's just silence. I just like no sound.
Well,
Usually,
then you play that for us, and we'll go ahead and play our instruments.
But I mean, in my office, I would have a record player that would cancel the noise coming out of the city, and in my room, so it would just be silence, and that was just delightful. But
Wow, you are just the most fun, ain't you?
I tend to think so. You should see me on the weekends.
He grows on you.
I think a good unwinding is exactly what you need.
Okay, I just the thing is, you already knew somehow that we were officers of the law, and
Well, you don't exactly make a secret of it based on your tabards that you're wearing.
yeah, I guess because in Rakdos territory, this might be alarming to some.
Oh
of
no,
them.
we're used to the cops showing up. It's gonna be okay. We're mostly
Did we
staying.
discard our cloaks that we all had, that, like from the?
I don't know. What were you guys wearing cloaks?
Yes.
They were
Okay.
probably disgusted.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
left them back to that
I
room,
loved
the light.
it.
Okay.
My assumption,
They were
seeing
covered in
that,
crap.
seeing
Yeah.
the blue and white, I'm just assuming, based on the blue and white and the red and white, that you all are, the protect and serve types.
Let's
right?
be fair, Lucian. If you weren't wearing that outfit, everyone would still know you were a cop.
I see that monastic scapular that you're wearing. You're probably a woman of the cloth.
Mott Celeste, yes.
Yep, boop. And
I think she has still on like the green cloak that she had, like the very Undercity commoner kind of garb.
And I don't have a great clock on you, but you sort of got the cloak thing going, maybe a little bit of the sneaky, stabby type. But you just told me that you play some
Like, I'm not gonna
instruments,
fight
him.
so you hiding a little bit. I like you a little bit. I like that.
I like you
got
too.
multiple layers.
I find you very.
See,
thank you. It
people
keeps
are
you
all
warm.
different. The devil is in the details, as they say.
I do like that one.
Everyone, check your wallets. Never mind.
As you are making your way through the Undercity, eventually,
We continue on the conversation like,
Actually, I know these two Simic fellows that seem like they're exactly the same.
we just like,
There's probably there's some of them cloaked. Yeah. Also, if you guys just want to do this for the next hour and a half,
I don't know how you can breathe this point.
no, it's great. This is I stumbled upon this voice while I was stuck in traffic.
Oh
and was
my
like,
god!
I have to.
Alright.
I just
Isn't
love
that the
torturing
best?
Lucian in this conversation.
Yeah, it
it's
was
so much fun.
So you
You're being
all
such a good sport about it. To be fair.
make your way through the Undercity. You're able to sort of pass through the various maze-like portions that you certainly would have gotten lost in had circuitous routes that you would have certainly passed your own footsteps in the past had you not had a guide to be able to bring you to the edge of Rakdos territory.
How do you spell his name real quick?
Svetovid. Svetovid.
Gotcha.
That of it.
Ask your doctor if Svetovid is right for you.
That's a good bit.
So you are able to make your way through, and he keeps talking about the other exits briefly to give you a little bit of more exposition here. You can. The other way out, of course, was you could go out through the Golgari exit. You would have had to cut across rot farm territory. Dealt with a lot of them ettercaps, the spider farmers, and deal with then go through Roslad and come out through the Dead Bridge. But I would expect with the Golgari hot on your tails, ain't gonna be any problem. Assuming you talked to him about that. If
Oh, I don't think we did.
Okay,
no.
that's fine.
No, we definitely wouldn't.
But
But I do think that if he said the Rot Farm, I go,
Right.
I think today I'll take Devil's Chasm over Rot
Right.
Farm. I've had enough of Rot Farms for the next week.
And you know that the rot farms
Lifetime.
are
Yep.
the primary source of food in Ravnica. The Golgari, by numbers, unsurprisingly, with how the swarm, are the most numerous guild. They outnumber almost every other guild combined. They're probably as numerous as the ungilded are. Anyone who cannot afford food is still fed. Anyone who cannot afford drink still can drink. Anyone who can't afford to live is welcome to live in the swarm. Ravnica, in some ways, is a utopian paradise. Everyone is cared for, even the lowest among us. And they also have their worst qualities. But life and death are the same and part of the same process, according to the Golgari. Now, there is also some kind of underground river which was off yonder way, maybe 6 hours off into that direction. But after a bit, it goes from natural cave to like carved stone. Tain't natural at all. Not a fan. Give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like that. Intelligence check.
Okay. It's only going to be a 4.
Okay. And finally,
3, actually.
yeah, that ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm not actually not. That was not as intelligent as you think she might be.
Sure.
He's wise. Just not intelligent.
And then, of course, there's the old sinkhole that is a perfect cylinder that I think you figured out what that is.
Yeah. It's the thing we made last season.
Right. Directly underneath the just
You surfed it?
estate.
You surfed it on a door?
Oh, yeah.
How did you forget that?
I wasn't
Oh.
sure.
So
I know it's
it's
that
actually
big.
not. It's not that.
Oh, it's not.
It's not the hole that you made through the
Oh.
landslide.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Never mind. I'm wrong then.
He would describe it as there's almost a perfect cylinder digging straight down to the center of the world, almost right back up to the surface.
Oh, it's the hole we were investigating when the landslide happened. Okay.
No.
Oh, I'm
No.
really wrong.
It was the one we fell down.
I don't think we know this whole.
Maybe we don't know
Yeah.
it.
Folks
Yeah.
talk like it's got some weird happenings over there with
Yeah.
the disorientation and the madness and weird folks in robes and whatnot and what have you.
Oh.
It's the Nephilim.
Yeah,
Nephilim
can't recommend
place.
that area. I would not go near that.
Oh yeah, that is a creepy place. I'm not a big fan. Eventually, you make your way to the Rakdos Guild Gate. Instead of being lit by bioluminescent fungus or any of that, you do see lava. You see magma now, as the large mask of the Rakdos insignia hangs over a tunnel entrance as hot, bubbling orange liquid flows by you. In the distance, you hear calliope music. You hear cheering. You hear excited screaming as you hear roller coaster noises. The telltale signs of a fair, of an excited circus. And as you come closer, lights and sounds and smells annihilate your senses. You see in the distance a red and black tent, maybe 4 stories tall in the center, circular. You see around there's a carousel. There is a small one of those spinner rides. You see hot sausage stands and fried dough circles are available.
Can't say no to fried dough circles.
Lots of people wearing masks of various kinds. Mostly Rakdos. Lots of demons, lots of humans, lots of goblins. But you do see other guild and guildless about, having a bit of frivolity. Come on right this way, everybody. And Svetovid will walk through. Does anybody want to stop for anything? Y'all eat today?
No, you want a dose or...
Yeah, I mean I do, but I'll stop and get one real quick. But just keep your eye on my back because I mean these things are fun, but sometimes when you walk around dressed as a cop, you end up getting stabbed in the back for some sort of funny joke.
Yep, I've got your back, 100%. I
All
will
right.
stand back to you.
That being said, gotta give me some dough circles.
All right, but just make it quick.
So you are able to walk over to a booth, essentially, that not only sells food, cakes, funnel cakes, and dough circles, and coffee, and things like that, but appears to also be there are little trebuchets, little catapults sitting on the table, and a prize wall of balloons on the wall. And this place is called the Launch Party.
Ooh.
And there is an imp who is operating the stall and says, "Hey, can I help you?"
I'll take 3 of the dough circles.
3 dough circles.
Yeah.
And I'll have a coffee.
1 coffee.
Nothing in it.
1 funnel cake.
I'm just fine, thank
You're
you.
just fine. Okay.
Oh, come on, get a funnel cake or something.
That's way too much sugar at this
Way
time
too
of
much
day.
sugar.
I'll share mine with you.
I might have a bite.
We also have elephant ears. And he will skitter away and get your food for you.
Sure, he's just kidding.
You see some folks playing this game,
They're made of
which
gum.
launches, which as you watch, they put little balls of trash or something into these launchers and then light them on fire before that you hit them and it launches them at the wall. And it takes a few times before any of them pop a balloon, but they splat against the wall and the flame splats and stays there sort of like napalm for a little bit before dissipating. Eventually one of them does explode and the balloons are full of viscera and blood and other viscous liquids.
Oh.
Hey, here's a winner! He's a big winner! And takes down a marionette puppet that is a man in a blue robe with silver tattoos on the face that you recognize as someone who's hired you to do jobs before. And says, "Hey, you get the fool!" And hands it to the child who won the prize.
Hey, wait. There are more of those guild pack puppets?
Oh, living guild pack, you want the Jace puppets? You gotta play!
What are you doing?
All right, at least let me take a shot. That's a funny puppet.
What? That is not... We work for the guild pack. We literally work for that person.
Oh, come on. You never have, like, mugs in the Azorius that lampoon your boss or anything like that.
I don't
No.
think he does.
Our mugs aren't allowed to have any sort of text or logo on them.
Listen here, cowboy.
Wait, do you
As-
have mugs in the office that lampoon your boss? At the...
I mean, yeah?
You have a mug
Svetovid-
that says Aurelia on it. and
Svetovid
she has
puts-
a pie on her face.
Svetovid puts his clawed hand on your shoulder and
Probably
pats you on the
not
shoulder
really,
and says, "Listen here, don't worry about it. Parody is covered by copyright law."
I'd like to see that copyright law because I don't think it applies in this sense. And also, how do you know that?
Oh, I know lots of things. Do you want to play the game?
I want to see this character talk to the other character and see how long you keep
Oh,
both voices
boy.
going at the same time.
I do want to play the game.
Great. It will be, we'll say that it's 5 copper.
100.
Okay.
to fire 3 fireballs at the wall, I would have you make 3 dexterity. Actually, make 3 ranged attack rolls
All right.
with no proficiency and
Okay.
no bonus. But you can add your dexterity.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
And as you're watching Astaroth take aim, looking around, there's a Ferris wheel, there's a carousel, but the horses, where you might expect to be, are instead rage mutts and feral boars.
Can't enjoy that.
The carousels themselves are covered in spikes and cages and things like that. You see poi dancers, much like Tangi, spinning and peddling their wares. There are buskers all about, various types of performers. It is a festive atmosphere. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I got to take my shot at getting a guild pack puppet.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is a 9.
Miss.
All right, now I'm getting the hang of this thing. I just needed a first shot to warm up.
Next one is a 12.
This one also barely misses, but still off.
All right, I'm a little closer.
If you just aim a little higher, you might be. I shouldn't be helping you.
Yeah, no. You're right. I gotta think about the trajectory or whatever they call it.
Ooh, 14. I keep going up by 2 each time.
DC was 15.
Ah!
This one almost hits the edge and goes against the wall. And it does light the wall, and after a couple of seconds, the imp says, "Well, it doesn't look like you." And it pops, the heat pops the balloon after a couple of seconds.
Yes!
And says, "That doesn't count!
What?
Doesn't count!
What do you mean that doesn't count?
You needed to hit the balloon! You didn't hit the balloon!"
I just had to pop the balloon.
Yes, I don't believe that
Perception,
was the goal.
or persuasion.
Okay.
Or intimidation.
I was going to say, if the persuasion doesn't work, I'll switch to intimidation.
Just roll intimidation.
Okay.
Now, this guy's works in Rakdos territory,
Uh-huh.
so intimidation's going to be high, but...
Well, I'm pretty good at intimidation.
All right.
All right. I got a
Not today.
7, and then my intimidation is plus 6, because I'm using strength for that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
13, yeah.
It's not great.
Ends the rules!
Fine.
Sorry!
These things are always rigged.
Can I try it?
Sure.
It's dexterity, right?
Yeah!
But Velma, we don't really have time for
Gonna
it.
make my
So,
own
so
Jace
you
puppet.
line up and
It's your back.
light your trebuchet balls at
Yeah.
launch party.
I got a dirty 20. 18
Nice.
plus 2.
Yeah.
First shot against the wall.
I'm kind of
Pop!
dexterous.
And you see what might be like a finger bone.
Yeah.
There are like bits in this.
Ah, bit of fun.
And big winner!
Yeah, I could have hit that. I just needed to.
And hands you. Do you want the puppet?
What else is there?
What okay. What else is there? Someone. You start. What else is on the wall?
So there is a giant stuffed chibi Rakdos.
Great. Perfect. There is a stuffed
Yes.
chibi Rakdos on the
Yeah.
wall. Big plush demon pillow thing.
There's a butcher knife that looks like it's been used, but it's just like candy at the end of it.
Perfect. There's a candy butcher knife.
Put real blood on it somewhere, too.
There's like a candied
It's
butcher
like dipped in
knife.
blood.
There's
It's
a
like,
little.
doesn't like get the sticky, the candy is stick
Yes.
to it?
Yeah. There's a little figurine that is like it's 2 figures, and one of them is holding a pitchfork, and if you pull a little string, it goes boink, and the other one goes like ah!
and it's a novelty bank.
Yeah.
So you put a copper on it,
Yeah.
and you pull the thing back, and it stabs while it also drops the copper
Aw.
into the bank.
I think I do take the puppet, though, and give it to Astaroth.
All right. You now have. It's
Well,
not
what
magical.
were you gonna say?
What were you
That's
gonna
one
say?
you.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
else?
was just gonna say there's one that looks like a whip, but it lights up when
Oh,
you.
There's a light up whip. Yeah,
Kinky.
like an LA gear. Yeah, there's also feather handcuffs.
This party is more fun than I thought it would be.
The light up whips are the sort of thing where when you go into the Rakdos circus, you'll just see lots of people like
Yeah,
waving their
exactly.
light up whips
And
around.
actually whipping each other with them.
Yeah.
Right,
If they
right.
like that. Yeah, I take the fool puppet and I give it to Astarock. You loosened it up for. I think your thing hit it, so I just wanted to make sure you got what you deserve.
So
thanks,
if you
Miss
go
V.
look up the art for Cult Guild Mage, that is what Astarock now has.
It's a really cool doll.
Yeah, it's super cute.
And apparently there was a real one made
Yeah.
for the purposes of drawing the art. so.
While you all were doing this, as you two were playing, you two quickly make a perception check.
14.
I perceive everything. Natural 20.
You notice that Svetovid, in the middle of this, does sort of turn his back to your group and is just sort of looking around and not really paying attention and just sort of hanging out. You perceive that someone walks by and interacts with Svetovid, and they have a brief conversation. And you hear from behind you, sort of scattered a bit, because it is noisy in here, but you're able to hone in on the conversation. Hey, Svetovid, still prospecting? And Svetovid says, oh, you know me. Always working.
Well, that's worrisome.
And you all get your dough circles, your coffee, your funnel cake.
I eat one.
Oh,
and I keep one on
sweet
each
Lord.
Great.
horn.
Sweet, sweet
Look, it's from the
nepheline.
strawberry.
All right, y'all, just this way, over to the exit. I'll catch y'all, and I'll drop you off there, and it'll be a good
It's
time.
a strawberry.
It's a lot of
All
food.
right, let's go.
Svetovid takes you towards the large tent, and standing in front of the large tent is a man that you recognize as the person that was talking to Svetovid earlier, and he opens the tent and gestures inside, and there is a woman standing there, and the woman is maybe the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. She has a red floor-length satin dress and a black leather corset. She has a chain whip sort of rolled up in one hand and has a dagger-tipped baton in the other. She wears a headdress that echoes the Rakdos' horns.
Okay, so she's got horns.
And
I'm at
her
least interested.
and has, but it is a headdress that has a widow's peak and
Sure,
is,
but I'm just saying, like, if you want a Minotaur to think
Right.
she's attractive,
right. She is human.
I'm a horns guy.
And her cape,
It's a horny boy.
she wears a long cape that is furred, but it's sort of oxblood colored and has it's dotted with black obsidian spikes, and she is just covered in violent elegance. And she says, "Welcome, my lovelies. How are you?"
I'm
And
sorry.
Svetovid goes, "Oh, hey there, Judith. How you doing?"
Um,
And Judith says, man, getting these voices straight is tough. Svetovid says, oh, these are just the ones I brought for you. Ran down near the Roach Motel. Counting towards my total, I assume. And Judith says, oh, they're going to do just fine. Just fine. How you folks doing?
I think we're in the wrong tent. I believe.
Oh, no,
we're-
don't worry.
Up.
It's going to...
Leaving.
Oh, you absolutely are going up. 100%. But you're going to need to pay the toll real quick. You're going to have a great time. Don't worry. It's all part of the show. And Svetovid says, well, this has been lovely hanging out with y'all. You kids have fun. And fades back into the crowd.
So I do
That
wonder-
hillbilly betrayed us.
Yes, I wonder how that could have happened.
Celestia's
Oh.
sake.
I think it'll be fun.
Judith invites you into the back and says, well, you all just seem like the best. This is going to be lovely. Have you ever done any performance before?
A few times, yes.
Oh, that's
Nice.
upsetting. I was hoping we were going to all have first-timers, but...
Well, I can sit down if you'd like.
Oh, no. We'll just have to give you a more expert kind of performance.
Oh, great.
What kind of performance are you talking about?
Well, we have a couple of options for you all. Luckily, this is a 4-ring circus this evening. You have your options. We have the high wire act, if any of you are interested in that.
Oh, gee.
There is the song and dance routine, for anyone who's interested in putting on a show.
That's probably Lucian.
There is the Greased Pig endeavor,
No, that's Lucian.
where we show a little bit of the rodeo side of things.
I was kidding.
And of course, we have the Skull Bridge, which I think the less said about that, the better. But it's quite fun. Does anyone have any preferences, or should I do it at random?
Wait, so you're saying we have to do these things in order to leave?
Absolutely.
All right, which of these challenges is most likely to leave us with our limbs and heads?
Oh, you'll all survive.
I don't believe
That is
that's
not
what
the question he asked.
That's not what he asked.
Very clever. I think that you all have a good. You have your heads about you, at least right now. But I think that if you're smart and quick and agile and well adjusted to performing in front of an audience, we'll all get out of this just fine. And not only that, we do have some doctors on staff.
Well, I suppose I should do the song and dance.
No one is going to die
Oh.
down here. Don't worry.
Thank you for reassuring
I
us.
think that's their concern, to be honest with you.
Oh, it certainly isn't. But you looked worried, so I wanted to let you know.
I was talking about them, not
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Not
What
my
are we
first
doing?
Rakdos pain circus.
Looks
trust
like the
me.
show is about to begin. Does anyone have a preference?
I guess I'll do the song and dance. That does feel.
I can do pig, tightrope. I've had a lot of work with animals.
I'm not doing the tightrope, okay? I'm not much of a heights guy.
We did learn what he does with ropes.
Yes.
I think that. Will you be able to walk across a tightrope? Well, I guess.
I'm not the most. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen you meditate. You could be just zen, and
That looks really high.
it would be quite a sight, to be
There's a
honest.
tightrope, the pig. What was the other one besides the song and dance?
Skull Bridge?
you have High Wire Act, Greased Pig, Song and Dance, and the Skull Bridge.
How hard could it be to cross a bridge? I could do that.
Don't say things like that out loud.
All right, so Lucian's got the bridge.
I'll
Okay.
take a bridge.
I'll take the tightrope then. You don't need to worry about that.
I mean, you don't really have, no offense, but you don't have precision feet.
How much were you laughing inside at dinner when I made that joke about this?
Yeah, so
we
Riley
break the
says to me, hey, you've been trying to get us to do Rakdos stuff for a while. I have a good idea of how to do that.
Hang
I'm
on,
just
there
sitting
was
going,
more to the
Oh,
conversation.
there was a
than
whole
that.
bunch
All
more
right.
than that, but I was, yeah. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I think we can explain. Yeah, he was saying like he wanted to do something like the long form like race kind of thing, and he's like, I wonder if we can do it in this show. I said, you know what you could do, Rakdos thing, where we have to do a bunch of feats of strength and endurance.
And
And then he left and bought supplies and stole my idea.
Oh yeah, no. Little did she know I had
Stole my-
already gone to Michael's. So
I love this so
yeah,
much.
it's pretty great.
I
So
love this so
who's doing
much.
the High Wire Act?
That's me.
I guess worst case scenario, you do have a built-in safety net.
I do.
Who is doing the? So you're doing the bridge skulls,
So,
and you're doing the greased pig.
Catch a greased pig.
So great.
Before we all part though, I'm gonna guys, everyone, come here. All right, so I'm gonna give us, may Matt Celestia guide us through this, and then guidance everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
What does guidance say?
It's
Tell me.
+4 on ability checks.
For how
or no,
long?
1d4.
For how
It
long?
might be like a minute.
And is it concentration?
Do I have to concentrate? I think I do.
what is this guidance?
Guidance.
Okay, well let's retcon.
Concentration 1 minute.
Let's retcon. Save that for someone who thinks you think really needs it. Later.
Okay.
And I'll save up Bardic Inspiration for the same thing.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
it's a
'cause it's
cantrip,
range.
so she can do it
Yeah.
whenever.
Oh, it's cantrip. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not range, it's touch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We'll
That's,
figure it
yeah,
out.
that's why I was like,
Okay. You all hear the fanfare, and Judith makes her way out into the middle of this 4-ring circus, and you can catch a glimpse of an audience of circus goers and families of demons and other humanoids and some monstrous races out there. And you see just people having a great time holding turkey legs or something like turkey legs. And you see the lights dim and drum roll. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ringneck Siblings Bubbling and Boiling Circus, the greatest show under the 10th. Here is your mistress, the Scourge Diva herself, Judith! And the crowd goes wild, and the woman that you met backstage comes out with a flourish and says, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great performance for you tonight. Don't you worry, no one is going to be hurt that badly. And everyone laughs. Well, let's get straight to the point, shall we? Introducing first, in a battle against the greased pig.
Oh boy.
What was your name?
Astra.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome from the Boros Legion, Astarock. Yay! You find yourself
You got this.
in a ring,
Uh-huh.
a circled ring that has a fence. Picture a rodeo.
Okay.
It's like wood fencing and just dirt in the middle. And Judith says, of course, as you all know, the goal here is not to slay the beast. It is to tie them up, so to speak, to make them surrender. And so we'll see how long that takes, shall we? Yay! Now, all the way from Gruul territory, we have ourselves one of our fabulous beasties, who is going to be our hero going against Astarock.
The raise boar. Oh
no.
One of Gruul territory, well, they're going to call it a raise boar,
Right.
because it's a circus.
Yeah.
All the way from Gruul territory, right from underneath Domri's nose, we have one of the raise boars, don't we, folks? Yay! Of course we do.
What?
So put your hands together for the Notarog.
Oh.
Yay.
Oh, look at it.
And coming out of a pen is a massive boar.
Hey,
Just
That's
a
a big
massive pig. Roll for initiative, Astarock.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's a shame that it wasn't Lucian because he could have been like, I command you to stop. And that would have been the end of the.
You know, I
Lay
thought about
down.
it. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, it's too easy.
My initiative's a 19.
Okay. You also have your rope.
Yes.
Okay. Your initiative's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go first.
All right. Here, piggy, piggy.
That did not feel good coming out. That voice hurt.
Here, piggy, piggy. Okay. Come on, let's do this.
Astarock wants to try and jump up onto the back of the pig.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to try and like kind of vault on my axe to like get up on the back of the pig and try and
Dope.
break it. You
Oh,
know.
yeah,
Perfect.
Monster Hunter stuff.
Make
Yeah.
a grapple check.
Okay.
This is going to be opposed with my giant boar.
And what is just a strength modifier?
This is
on
going
grapple check?
to be athletics.
Athletics.
Ooh.
I got a 14.
Okay, I got a 23. So the
Come on,
the
piggy, we got
bucking
this.
the bucking boar, you try to jump, and as you jump, its hindquarters just smack into your side.
Go.
And it is going to deal you some damage here.
Okay.
You're gonna did not roll high. You're gonna take 6 damage
Cool. Should I make a wisdom saving throw?
for
I have my axe and I took damage from a hostile.
sure.
Creature?
Go ahead. Let's make
How
a
much did I
wisdom
take?
save. You took 6.
All right.
So you need this is a 10, right? DC?
DC 15.
15. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, there it
You
is.
should have
Okay.
left your axe.
Yeah, I didn't think it through.
Oh, you wouldn't have left your axe.
Wouldn't have left.
No, I couldn't have. Yeah. Actually, that works out. I got a 16.
So you take damage and the rage lights in your eyes as the fires reflect. But you're able to keep your composure and keep your eyes on the goal.
All right,
Well,
Astarock,
that's
keep
a
it together.
good
It's just a
start,
pig.
isn't it, folks?
Keep it cool, Aster.
The pig is going to charge at you. It does not have 20 feet, but it is going to roll a natural 1. So it is going to move right past you, and your next attack will say has advantage because it totally missed on its attack. Go ahead and roll again. Unless anybody wants to do something while he's going. You are currently at where you are.
Yeah, I'll play my fiddle where I'm at and give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
And the range on that is good enough? That
I
you're
don't
good?
know. Within 60 feet.
Yeah,
Am I
you're
too
good.
far? Okay.
You're good.
I just realized I'm a bullfighter.
Wow.
Right?
Fantastic.
You're a bull fighter.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Have I told you how much I like you?
Yeah. Thanks. Your go again.
All right. Okay. So I think next thing you do is like,
All right. Okay, pork chop, you got a good one on me. It's my turn.
I'm going to try and dive under the pig and grab its back legs to like try and like yank it over.
Dope. Make this one at advantage.
Okay.
Reminder that's a D8, just so you know.
Huh?
It's a D8, not a D6.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, nice.
Sometimes the batteries.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so that's
You
an
have advantage,
athletics
too.
check, right?
Athletics, yes.
Okay, so that's 19.
Okay.
Oh, but I have advantage.
Yes.
So it could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is better. Right. It's a 22.
You sweep under and are able to grab the pig's ankles and sweep it to the ground. Once you have, by the way, you've noticed that this is a greased pig. This is a pig that is much slipperier than you might anticipate raising the DC of trying to grapple it. But you're able to hook into the hooves, the cloven hooves of this pig, and take its back legs out from under it and twist it. And to be able to bring it onto its side. The pig is now prone.
Yeah.
The pig, from prone, is going to wrangle around and is going to make an attack at you, and it is going to make a reckless attack.
Boy, every attack that hits.
So this
There's
is
a
going to
chance
be...
that I just slaughter this pig.
I'm sure they would love that too.
So its attacks are at advantage, and your attacks are at advantage.
Uh-huh.
Grappling is an attack.
Okay.
So that's a 10 and a 19 plus 5.
Who gets enraged? He has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Take 11.
All right. Take an 11, and I'll make another wisdom saving
As
throw, I
a
guess.
errant giant hoof smacks you across the chest. You only need to make the save once per combat, right?
I don't know. It says whenever a hostile creature damages you while the axe is in your possession.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
Let me see if it does say anything. Nope, it seems like I just gotta keep making it.
All right.
I mean, if we look it up and find out that's not the case, we could change it. All right,
Oh,
19.
God. Still make
I'm good. I'm keeping it together.
This pig
Wow.
doesn't get to decide when I get angry.
Don't be a fool.
The crowd is just into it. They're loving this battle. The pig is just making a huge dust up. The crowd is already waving around their light up whips and chains. You see firecrackers and groggers making a ton of noise. The crowd is loving it. Judith in the middle says, "What a wonderful show! What do you say we make things a little more interesting?" And the crowd goes, "Yes!"
No. Please no.
It seems as if you've been outvoted.
I say
because
go.
I think it's time to make the greased pig a little bit greasier. I think it's time to make things a little bit more bloody. And you see cacklers with like a fire hose set up
Oh, gee.
come out and turn on a fire hose and just drench the whole thing in blood.
Oh,
I need a dexterity save from you.
come on.
Their fire hoses don't shoot fire.
No, it's
they
a
could.
blood.
This is a blood hose.
Oh!
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I rolled at disadvantage because I'm on the ground. One of them was a 20.
Ooh.
The other one was a 5. So the pig is going to get pushed into the wall. You're able to save, so you're not going to get knocked over. You are, however, drenched in some kind of red liquid.
Oh, come on.
A little bit black, a little bit brown, a little bit red. Various kinds of viscera. Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, this is going to take forever to get out of the white parts of my uniform.
Looking good.
The red parts will be fine.
To be fair, I like the red parts the best.
Ugh.
It's your turn.
All right. Okay, so the pig is still prone, right?
Correct.
What I want to do is basically make a quick loop with the end of the rope and throw it over one of his back legs.
Okay.
Like, I just want to try and get a tight knot on one of his back legs so that I can kind of like start from there.
Okay.
In the tying him up process.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, what do you want me to roll for this?
So I'm going to say that this is going to be a knot tying check. So this will be intelligence based, but it's also going to be a skill with your athletics bonus. So this is an intelligence athletics or intelligence acrobatics check.
Okay.
To be able to tie the right knot, but to be able to do it with your hands.
All right. So I'll use my
Your
athletics
intelligence
proficiency and then intelligence as the thing on it.
correct.
Great. I don't get anything from intelligence. I'm not very smart.
But you get a lot from your athletics and
I
you're proficient in athletics.
Yes.
And you can roll the d8 before he tells you if it succeeds or fails. So you
Right.
have that.
Oh yeah, you have your bardic inspiration.
Then yes, I absolutely am going to add my
Go
bardic
ahead.
inspiration to this.
Go ahead.
So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Cool. Tying a knot is a DC 10.
Okay.
This is a simple knot. You're tying a lasso. And so you're able to wrangle one of the legs. Tie it tight, you have one leg.
Okay.
That was your turn.
Yep, that seems fair.
Next turn, the pig is going to try to stand up. It does not. It slips back down. It is, however, going to sort of swing its head in your direction with a natural 1. It does not
rolls kind of
deal you
crazy.
any damage.
Pig on the ground covered in blood. Okay.
What's next?
I mean, what I got to do now is, okay. So Astaroth is going to now having like that thing on the pig's leg.
Yep.
He's going to try and drag the pig out into the middle of the ring, and then once he gets there, he's going to run circles around it, like AT-AT style.
Yep, got it. Make a strength check.
Come on, pork chop.
This is the weirdest Dark Souls boss I've ever seen.
Natural 20.
Nice!
Boom.
Natural 20.
Man, this is awesome.
Astaroth too strong.
Whip the rope around. You get the hooves all together, and you're very deftly able to pull it tight. Ding, ling, 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 ling.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for our champion.
No pig's as strong as me.
That was so good, we should let them all go now.
Look at me now, Dad.
I like that. Let's do that.
Next up in our wonderful show, we have a lovely performance planned for you all. And
That doesn't narrow it
there
down.
is a stage.
Okay, they're all performances.
Right.
I didn't narrow it down at
The,
all.
the spotlights shift from the pig fighting ring over to a platform upon which you stand.
Okay.
And there is a band of instrumentalists in a pit who look to you for instruction.
Okay. First of all, I kind of like stand up and I like raise my hands in the air like very gloriously, and I whisper ribbons and I like throw my hands down, and my like as my hands go down, my like cloak turns into like it's like moves with me. It's my glamour armor. It turns into like a showgirl, like saloon kind of like bustled skirt, like lights and tights, and like so she does it in a way so it feels like she's magically doing it,
Right.
But she is, but
Sure.
yeah. And then she like throws her hair back, and then she pulls out her fiddle and starts to play. And I think what she starts to play is like a really raucous, like I'm trying to think of like what a real world version would be, but it's like a very like it's a bar drinking song. Like it's a song everyone in this audience would know and like would want to like sing along with and be excited by.
You go for like a flogging Molly type
Yeah,
song.
Flogging Molly. I was trying to think of like something that was like almost more like thumbing the nose of the establishment, because like they've already got the fools things for Jace, so it's like that kind of like very much like a I'm thinking of something like Take the Money and Run, like something like that, like really upbeat and like a rock version of Take the Money and Run, like that kind of thing. Of like, and it's about like a rap. It's like it's a well-known pop hit about a Rakdos team that like outsmarted some idiotic Azorius cops.
And as you play, the stage rises and spins slightly.
Okay.
As the spotlights follow you to about, I would say, 30 feet above the stage floor.
Okay.
Make a performance check for me.
Ooh, that's going to be a 19 plus 5, so I'm at a 24.
Wow, the audience is enraptured by Velma Sweet, one of the all-star performers, performing for the first time, really, on a stage in a very long time.
Outside the
Outside of the Stray, making a rare appearance here in the Undercity. And as you rise up, you not only see the pit of instrumentalists, you see that also on the side appear to be not small, but medium-sized trebuchets.
Okay.
That goblins are loading what appear to be cabbages and tomatoes
Okay.
and rotten fruit.
It's not my first time at a Rakdos pain circus. I think I can do a couple of bits.
And some
Cabbages.
other generally not pleasant items.
Sure.
And as you're performing, they fire at you.
Okay.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Luckily, I brought my plus 5 in dexterity. I got a natural 20.
Woo!
Natural
Yeah.
20, that's a
Boom!
25.
Good rolling.
Not only are you able to dodge all of the fruit that comes your way from these very rude catapults, it looks like part of the interpretive dance of the performance.
Yeah, she's graceful. She's doing it on purpose. She's like very much like moving
You
through
duck
it.
underneath, you jump over, you slide past, and this very beautiful version of shipping up to Roslad
Yeah.
or whatever
Perfect. Yeah, love it.
ends with a flourish.
Yeah. In fact, she actually casts dancing lights and like makes a light like, shimmer out with her violin.
Very
she
nice.
does it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely beautiful! What a wonderful show! And it's not even over yet!
I
How
hope not.
excited are we to see the rest of our performers?
Oh.
That's a 2.
I thought I was going to have to do way more than that.
Oh no, you just had to avoid stuff.
Nice.
You rolled a 20 on the
yeah,
dodge.
I'm fine with it. I was just like, I just figured you had knives to throw at me.
And next, on the highest stage, the tallest peak, up, up, and away, we have the flying trapeze. As you have been raised up to this platform, way up here.
Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Trapeze or tightrope?
Sorry, so we'll say it's a tightrope.
We'll say,
So-
or is it?
It's a tightrope. We'll say it's a tightrope. I said greatest of ease, so I said trapeze. So there's a
Okay, cool. That's
tightrope.
fine. I was just like,
There is
oh.
a tightrope that goes from here,
Trapeze might be better for you.
To
because you
here.
can glide to the next.
Yeah, that's true.
here to here.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Starts from where you are to
Okay.
here,
Tightrope.
here to here,
Okay.
here to here.
Looks easy enough.
You start here.
Okay.
I'm way more than 60 feet from her.
Oh yeah, you're 80 feet probably, 60, 70, 80 feet, and you're probably out of the middle. You can you guys can all come here. If you want to cast something, you can't do it
That high up.
while she's up there.
I was going to see if I can give her bardic inspiration, but it's too far away.
Not from where you're at.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that then.
Yeah, anything that's like touch. I can do.
Yeah.
And as you look below, by
Alright,
the
you got
way,
this, okay?
as
You'll
you
be okay.
as you look below, you do see that there is no net beneath you. Instead, there are spikes.
Oh, lovely.
There
Okay.
are riot spikes beneath you. And you also see a few performers in belled caps with what appear to be sticks and a bottle. Sort of in this area.
Great. Okay. Well, I just don't need to fall, and everything will be okay. So let's do this. And I'll take out of my robe my 10-foot pole to help me balance.
Nice!
Nice.
That's amazing!
Hey, that's
I love it!
That's
So
great.
good!
So great. So
Wow, I
awesome.
didn't realize you had a 10-foot pole.
I need a dexterity check. You may add
Great.
5 because of your 10-foot
Thank
pole.
goodness.
Nice.
Yes.
I have +4.
So it's a +9.
Woo! 17 plus 4 is 22.
Yes. Very
Oh
good.
my gosh.
You are able to balance halfway across the line as one of the performers who has the bottle takes a swig, big mouthful, and a jet of flame comes up at you and lights the tightrope on fire.
Great.
You are now on a flaming tightrope.
Okay.
You are still on it. However, I need another dexterity check with the still the +5.
That's a 15 plus 4, so 19.
And you make it across that fiery...
Really fast.
Toot-toot-roo!
And the crowd follows suit. Toot-toot-roo! Toot-toot-roo! Toot-toot-roo!
All right. Almost there.
Okay,
2 more to go.
checkpoint reached.
This is
All
actually
right.
quite exciting, isn't it?
The next
great.
time
It's
you...
your turn soon.
Some jerk in the audience is like, make her fall.
So I've decided that instead of a tightrope here, this one is a trapeze.
Oh, lovely.
So you're able to tuck your... But you see that the last one is a tightrope.
Whatever.
So you tuck your pole into your back,
Okay.
and there is a trapeze.
I hope it can hold me.
It looks like it's chains.
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like it's chains. So
Okay. All right. Well, I might give it a couple tugs, make sure it's kind of secure, because I don't really trust the Rakdos with this.
Sure.
Toot-toot-roo!
Here
Toot-toot-roo!
we go.
Toot-toot-roo, and you
I'll
take a
let
jump.
Toot-toot-roo!
Let it. My
We
foot
continue
flip.
on.
Yeah.
And you are right to suspect the Rakdos engineering, as it doesn't appear as if the chains are particularly well made.
Great.
Make a...
But glide down.
Yeah,
Use your ears to
I can.
glide down.
I would say make a athletics check to just hold on.
Okay.
I have this image of like an elephant.
And then I'm gonna
grabbing
make a
onto the
roll for the
trapeze and you're like,
chain.
yay! And then it goes, and as it hits the bottom, instead of going up, it just
Yeah.
snaps. And
So I rolled for the strength of the chain.
Great.
So you're able to hold on, but you do feel one of the sides snap.
Okay, as I feel it doing that, I'm gonna kind of like, because I don't want to like reveal that I have these big ears
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
good point.
spectacle. I'm just
But
gonna
it's the circus, and you're a flying elephant.
so I'm gonna try to like let him out a little to like.
Okay. Yeah. And you're able to buffer.
Subterfuge.
Yeah.
You're able to buffer it and land on the next spot.
Awesome.
Okay. At this point, can I move
Now
closer
you
to
can
her? Yeah.
you can cast bardic inspiration.
So I'm gonna move. So I'm gonna move to like the base of that pedestal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sing like "Hail, hail to Toot-toot-roo, the bravest Loxodon there is," something like that. And then
Yeah.
like I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration. So you have +8 dice to roll for your next part of this.
Fabulous.
Awesome. All right.
For the next 10 minutes, you can add a +8 to one dice roll.
So you have
a
another.
D8.
So
Well, you have to roll a D8, sorry, not a +8.
Okay.
Yeah.
you take out your 10-foot pole once again for this
Yes.
last portion of the journey.
I wouldn't touch that with a football.
That's right.
Alright.
Alright.
Make and so now you can add your +5 to your dexterity.
13 plus 5 is 18.
Perfect. And you get halfway across.
Great.
And
Fire.
make another one.
Bring it on. 17 plus 4, so
Perfect.
1 to you.
This one, however, the
Yeah.
fire breather is close enough that you might get hit with the fire. So I'm going to
Okay.
make a ranged attack. It's a 9. So I'll say it doesn't hit you. You're able to scamper past, down onto the final pedestal.
Toot-toot-roo! Toot-toot-roo! Toot-toot-roo!
And now, our grand finale!
Crossing a bridge. I don't see what is so grand about it. I'll just walk across.
His name is Lucian. He is a policeman.
Don't
He
say
will-
that. Why would you say
I
that?
was giving you inspiration.
So you're,
I'm singing you inspiration.
you're guided
now
up.
demoralized.
Before you moved away, I was giving you inspiration. But if you're mad about it, I'll take it back.
I'm an
You're-
arrester.
You're guided
His name
up
is Lucian.
a ladder.
He's an arrester.
Thank you.
10, 15, 20 feet up
Okay.
into the air.
Hottest
25
top
feet
south
up.
of
ladder?
New
A
Prague.
ladder. And you come to a platform. And in front of you,
Ravnica 90210.
you see about 10 feet out and 10 feet down a massive skull
Wait, he's not a...
hanging from 2 wires.
Is that what that is?
And then you see another, and another, and another. And on the far side, you see 2 massive ogres shoving the final skull up to a second platform.
Is this American Ninja Wear? Is that what I'm doing?
And then they 3, 2, 1
Wait, what's happening?
drop it, and a massive Newton's cradle of skulls begins activating.
Just
Well,
a
I'm wa-
bridge.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm supposed to do what.
Let's see if he can cross the skull bridge.
You said you could cross the bridge. It'd be super simple.
Can I just sing a song or something? This seems rather elaborate.
So you see that the skull on the right side comes up to where your feet are. It looks like it'll take a bit of a jump.
Right. Great. Okay. I know how to jump.
So make an athletics check for me to get onto the skull.
And you do have inspiration for one roll.
And these are skulls that are
D8.
yeah. These are skulls that are massive. You see one that's probably a cyclops, one that's probably a demon, perhaps a worm skull, something along those lines. Giant.
Okay. Okay. Great. No magic can help me here as far as I know. Do I have to roll this before or after?
You can roll it once you've rolled the d20 before he tells you it's a success or a
Right.
failure.
Okay, this is a dex
Yes.
saving throw or just a check?
Just a check.
Well, that's a 6, so I guess I'll probably be adding this inspiration because that's only a 7 with my bonus. So now that's a 10.
It's 10 to get on,
Okay.
but you barely pass. So I'm going to say that you are prone on the first skull.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
man.
And
This
as
is like
you
watching like a Ninja Warrior, like the first thing,
Yeah.
like,
and
I
as
trained
you're,
for 8 months and
as
now I
you're
can't
on
do
that skull, you sense as you're hanging off to the side, and you look and you see you're on like a cyclops skull, and the one eye sort of lights up, a
Okay.
bluish purple, and it begins to shake and rumble a little bit, and it says, "Way to get ahead." And it's going to cast dissonant whispers on you.
Oh,
No!
I need you to make a
worst
wisdom
one.
saving throw.
It's okay, wisdom's my
Sorry,
jam.
Blue, we thought it was just a bridge.
Me too!
I mean, he called it. It was his one.
Oh no, it's not great. It's only a 10.
That's not going to do it.
Barf.
You're going to take some psychic damage.
Yeah, you are.
You're 5. I rolled a 2, and a 1 on my 3d6.
Shoo.
You take 5 psychic damage.
Yeah, he also has to run away.
Right. You have to run away from this skull.
Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry to be you for this one.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Well, you are
on, Blue, keep it
on
together.
the skull,
Got this.
so you're able to run in a direction.
But you don't run in a way that fear doesn't make you can't run into something that will harm yourself, right?
Correct.
That's true. So you wouldn't
So
run
you are
off the thing.
forced to move forward,
Great.
essentially. And you're able to get up and do so before the clack comes back at you.
I'll just pretend.
You're on the second skull.
I'll just have to pretend I have Azor's wings. Just Azor's wings will guide me through this predicament. All right.
On the second skull,
Okay.
this appears to be some sort of beast, maybe a dragon or a lizard or something.
Okay.
And it goes, and as you stand on it, its eyes glow green, and a little bit of faint smoke rises up from it, and it goes, and it's going to make a bite attack against you.
Okay.
With an 18 on the dice, I'm going to say that's going to hit.
Yeah, it gets me.
And we'll give you 4 bite damage as
Okay.
it snaps at your ankle.
Grr. Okay, still good.
You're able to easily move to the next skull. This one also appears to be of some sort of giant or something. Its eyes glow orange, and as you stand on it, it just says, "I don't know if he's got the brains for this." And it's going to cast vicious mockery on you.
At what level?
I need just the regular cantrip.
I counterspell it.
Ooh.
Can you do that?
Yes.
that
Yes, I can.
is the most Azorius thing you've ever done.
Who has the brains for what?
Never mind.
That's what I thought.
You're able to move to the next one. This one also
Blue move.
appears. This one appears to be a worm skull. Has those big jagged circular teeth,
Worms have
and it's
skulls.
also going to make a bite at you.
At
Okay.
this point, while you're rolling, Velma starts a chant. I can't do inspiration again, but I'm trying to get the crowd to chant. I don't want to keep chanting it while we're playing because of
Yep.
the microphones.
Right.
But Lucian, 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 Lucian. I know it's not right, but it's a
This is a lot of moral support. I'm not used to this.
And
syllable thing. It's hard to say your name
and
in a way that
it's
chants.
going to hit, and you're going to take 8 piercing damage.
Ooh. I get distracted by all the moral support.
Waving for the audience.
So
to
as
join
you
in.
get up to the last one, this one is going to require an athletics check to get on because it's the end of the
Right,
Newton's
it's
cradle,
swinging, yep.
right? So I need. So this one actually, you can use your intelligence because you can predict when it's coming.
Okay, yeah.
So
that
I would say
sounds great.
make an intelligence dexterity check to be able to correctly get to this last one.
Okay. I got a nat 20, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, you did.
You figure
We
it out.
all nat 20 to some point in this challenge.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
You nat 20, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, well then.
But I got a dirty 20.
You did.
So you are
And
able.
You have mana raiders.
You're able to get to the final skull. The final skull is. You don't really recognize what this skull is. It looks like just a rock of some kind. It doesn't look like anything to you. You can tell that it's a skull because there are eye holes, there is a nose hole, there is a jaw, but it doesn't look particularly familiar to you. I would have you make a history check.
Okie dokie.
Make a recognize skulls roll.
Yeah.
I got a 9.
There's a label. That says skull.
You do not recognize this particular
What
skull.
is this skull? Who's
But-
that skull?
Right, exactly. But you get to it, and you jump on board, and it says, meat and eggs, we eat! And it is also going to make a bite attack at you, but this one is like a massive, huge bite.
But I don't have any eggs. You're going to be really disappointed.
That's a natural 20.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Oh no!
It's gonna eat Lucian.
So I'm going to double my 2d8.
Yeah, that tracks.
So that's 10. I
Okay.
rolled a 2 and a 3,
Great,
plus 4.
great.
So take 9 bite damage from my critical.
Okay. Wait, is it 10 or 9?
10 plus 4, so 14.
14.
Oh my
okay.
god!
As
You had
you
to clarify,
step,
didn't you? You could have gotten
you
away with one
step
less damage.
Play
between,
by the rules.
That's
you
fair.
step between this thing's. You can't really
Literally.
tell what it is. It looks like it might have had horns once. It might have had 2 eyes. Might have had 1 eye. You can't really tell what's
Okay.
happening. Massive tusks, and you step on, and you follow the ball as it brings you up to the final platform, and make a final dexterity check.
Oh, I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride. I got
20.
I got a 1.
Natural 20.
No, the opposite.
So
The bad
you,
version of that.
I love Mr. Bones' wild ride.
So you you are attempting to jump, and you slide off the edge of the skull, and you're reaching for the edge to be able to catch it. Make an athletics check.
Okay.
Come on, Lucian.
Oh.
It's a dirty 20.
Yay.
And you are able to reach up and die-hard it and grab the edge.
Lucien! Lucien!
Lucian could do a pull-up. That surprises me.
I heard that.
What a wonderful performance from our fabulous cast and crew! Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm gonna need that doctor.
I'm gonna run over.
I'm gonna need that doctor
Oh,
immediately.
I would not trust that doctor.
This-
I wouldn't. I would trust Tutaru before the doctor.
yeah, that makes sense, actually.
And as you all convene in the middle and the crowd starts to filter out, you see a familiar-looking demon approach you. And he's got like a banner. He's got a little banner in his hand. He's wearing like a hat that has like felt horns with his regular hat and his regular horns. That in cursive is written Rakdos across
Fun.
the front.
This is the Rakdos Disney World hat.
Yeah, this is the Rakdos horns that you buy at Disney
gosh.
World. He's also got a funnel cake. He also appears to have a fried rat on a stick. And says, "Woo! You kids sure did put on a good show."
Oh, a devil.
Yeah,
I'm
devil.
sure you said a demon.
Sorry, devil.
I was
Devil
like, is this
approaches
Rakdos
you.
himself?
Sorry. No.
Oh, God.
Rakdos doesn't typically show up.
That's why I was surprised.
I apologize.
Showstopper?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
the idea of
I
Rakdos
guess we
showing
have to
up
stop
wearing a
In
Rakdos
all of
that?
hat.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
would
yeah.
have been hilarious.
That would have
That's
been
why I thought
great.
you were doing that.
I apologize.
He only shows up at Rakdos
Can you
Mania.
recline that's what's
once a
happening?
year.
Sure. Yeah, Rakdos is just here at the fair.
Hey!
Yeah. Hey, you kids. And Svetovid approaches you all, and he's just having a grand old time. Wow, you kids sure did good. That was awesome. Well done.
Hey, you sort of misled us about this whole thing, man.
Hey, I'm sorry about that.
You lied to us.
Blatantly.
I
A
thought we
little
were
bit.
friends.
We are friends. You didn't have fun doing that?
No.
Yes,
I had a
I
little fun.
certainly did.
It sure looked like fun.
Look at
I'm
my
near
friend.
death. Look at me.
You're not near death. Well, I guess we're all kind of near death down here in the Rakdos,
Oh.
but that's just a part of life, ain't it?
I hate the Rakdos. Oh.
All right, well,
While we're here.
Now that my business here is done, I can send y'all kids back up to the Demon's Vestibule, and if y'all are ever back down here near Rakdos territory, don't forget to look up old Svetovid.
Oh, we will not forget, trust me.
Absolutely.
We love to pay off our debts.
You know what? I love hearing that. Keep in mind, y'all got an Undercity connection in old Svetovid. Just don't say it 3 times. And you all are led to an exit point from this carnival and are able to climb up a spiral staircase that is made of mostly stone. There are bits of wooden stairs, and it's very hot in this area. It is the center of the volcano, really. But you're led to...
Is the floor lava now?
Some of the floor is lava, yes.
Yes.
It's actually magma.
I'm great at this game. Oh, boom.
Let's see whether it's
by magma.
Well, let's see if it's lava or magma. Make a lava or magma. No, I'm kidding.
Make a rocks check.
Make a rocks check.
It's
That's
magma.
right.
Well, I'm rock, so.
So you are.
So you all are able.
Rock, paper, scissors before they came up with paper and scissors.
Before we go any further.
Sorry.
Yeah. Before we go any further, you're able to take a short rest.
Cool, great.
Cool.
You are able to recover 1 free hit dice
Yay!
And I can give you 1d6.
if you take the on-site medical attention.
Ooh, that's
Well, but also I have Song
of
of
Rest.
Rest, so I can also give you all a plus d6 to your hit dice anyway. So if you want to spend one,
I don't. Think
I don't need one. I still have my
Yeah,
35.
I was full health, but you look like
I
you were...
killed the game. So
You did.
I'm down a bit. I forget when you roll hit dice to heal up at a short rest. Do you also gain plus for your Constitution?
Yes, for each die.
Each die.
Dope.
I was gonna heal you because you look like you got pretty beat up if you want.
No, short rest is fine because
Yeah.
you should probably save spells for
Yeah.
I'll just hit dice mine up.
instant healing.
and then add a d6
Ooh,
to whatever you
8.
roll.
Nice.
And then you get d6 as well.
Add a d6
Yeah,
to
that's
the total.
Yeah, I'm giving you
Okay.
Song of Rest, so you get to add. You get to roll a d6 as well.
And if you take on-site medical
3.
attention from the attending staff,
No.
you can also add another.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hard.
All right, I'm gonna use one more hit die.
You're able to
Use-
consume 1 more dough circle. What's up?
We're allowed to use
As many
as
you
many
have.
hit dice as we
As you
want.
want,
in the
yes.
thing, right? Dope.
So
Right, that's great.
you will be led to an exit out from the Demon's Vestibule up to the Hellhole. The Hellhole is a cylindrical, slight grade, conical, I suppose. But the spiral staircase is able to take you up. There are portions that have elevators for brief portions. You do see that the Hellhole appears to be a inverted apartment complex. You're passing by doors and holes in the wall where beings live and are spend their days. Simple folk. You see families of humans. You see families of demons. It is really hot here, though, so not a ton of humans. It's mostly half-ogre folk, some minotaur, goblins, that sort of, and goblinoids, and that sort of deal. You climb up for a while. Takes a while. Takes about an hour, probably, to go all the way up. And eventually you do hear the sounds of a restaurant or a bar as you come to the top, and you come to a large open portal in the earth that opens up into a circular casino, bar, restaurant kind of location. There are, as you climb out, you are helped out by attending staff
Okay.
who welcome you to the Gore House.
So, like, how nice is the attire here?
So this is a slightly nicer casino. This is like the highest class restaurant casino.
Is it going to
in
be a
Ravnica.
dress code issue that I'm covered in gore and viscera?
In the Rakdos casino? No.
It's the height of fashion.
It's the height of fashion. You're good. But this is like, it's a pretty kitschy, not kitschy. It's a pretty
Swanky?
swanky kind of place.
Well, good thing I'm dressed in my 9s.
There you go. There is tons of tables of various types of gambling. You see lizard racing tracks on tables in cages. You see,
So they race lizards. It's not just like all Viashinos watching other things race.
correct. No, this is actual iguana-sized lizards
Got it.
racing against like small mammals of some kind, racing against other lizards, that kind of deal. But you also see gaming of dice and cards and clans and legions
Yeah.
and those kinds of tables around as well. You also see a second story of a balcony that are mostly full of tables and people overlooking the pit. It seems to be, and then off to one side, there is a massive board, chalkboard, that has various names and odds on it. And next to some of the names are skulls and crossbones, and then they're crossed out or erased. Changes in odds and things like that. It seems as if it is a sport to gamble on who goes down and survives and who comes back up. You come back out, and you are now in the Gore House. There are also performers here. You do see that there is a chain that crosses across the whole room over the large open pit, and you see a man with a 10-foot pole sort of walking across.
I don't see anyone blowing fire at them.
Yeah, just wait. It'll happen.
To be fair, it was a lot more entertaining when the fire started up. I mean, you were good, but like, whoa, we were on the edge of our seats when things started lighting on fire. I mean, it was terrible and all, but
Yes, let's agree we're never gonna do that again, right? No one's gonna go down there on purpose.
no.
Sure, never.
Can I get you folks anything?
Yes, I would love to know where the exit is.
Absolutely, follow me.
All right.
And you'll see just like a kind of a hulking humanoid person will lead you to the exit.
Were our names on that board because of what happened just below? Do they
No.
know we were down there? Okay.
You
want
can
to
take a
collect on
quick
yourself?
scan of the
Yeah.
board. You did not.
Velvet bet for herself.
Right.
Yeah.
You did not.
I said I
see-
live. Yeah.
You
bet
did not
against
see your
Lucian.
own names.
Okay.
On the board.
Yes, I think we've had enough excitement for quite a while.
Yes, leave
You
immediately.
Still
leave
fresh air.
and open the door, and as you leave, you do hear, and some flame is shot up at the chain.
I told you to give it time.
There it is.
Sure, yeah.
And you open the door, and it's daylight.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
oh, I left my coffee down. So I'm getting
Ravnican air.
It's the midday sun.
Oh.
It's the smelting district, so it's not freshest air, but it's air
I'll
on the
take it.
Fresh
surface.
as we've
I'll
been breathing
take
for the
it.
last several
Nonetheless.
days.
Man, I'll tell you guys the truth. I have a really hard time keeping track of what time it is when we're underground.
Oh,
It just messes with me.
You get used to it.
The day is yours. What would you like to do?
I want a shower.
yes, several
sounds
showers. So I'm
Amazing.
going to go home and destroy these clothes.
Are you going to report to the bosses that we didn't find anything?
After a very, very long nap, yes,
Oh,
I will
wait.
do it tomorrow.
We found that book,
Yeah,
though,
did we
right?
find
And
the
the
bookmark?
bookmark.
I don't think, the bookmark might be
Yeah.
useful. Is anyone let's take it somewhere safe to look at it. I
Do
don't want
I-
to do it on the street in front of the Gore house.
Clean up and then meet back somewhere.
Why don't we do that?
Okay, let's meet back at my place.
All right.
So we'll flash forward.
No, let's like sing through. Can we like little
montage.
shower rolls?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is a
No, to
basil
get
soap.
across town.
Yeah.
I will briefly explain how to get from the Gore House
I slipped in the shower and died.
to the Generous Stray.
I think we hired a carriage.
I actually have my map
shower
back
carriage?
here, so I can show
Oh my god, if
that'd
there was
be
a shower
great.
carriage, I would buy one.
shower carriage.
all
sounds-
It's a
the-
terrible idea.
The Boros barracks have like group showers, and there's all these bars of soap that are in the shape of the Boros fish.
How's the camera, Dom?
around
Can
it.
I show people this?
Oh, that camera can do anything.
I want to
It's
show
a
people
magic
how
camera.
we how we can get home.
And if you own the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, you could open your book to the
Absolutely.
page.
Or if you own the maps and miscellany section.
Miscellaneous.
So, we come up from the Undercity, sort of in the middle of Precinct 4, right around here-ish, around the Tin Street, which bisects the 4th and the 5th and the 6th and the 1st, right, or trisects, I suppose.
Oh no, earthquake!
So you come up right around here. And so you're able to walk down Tin Street or walk up Tin Street, I suppose, but typically walk down.
Yeah, I think at this point we would splurge on a carriage.
Oh
to
yeah,
not walk.
Yeah,
I'm not
you take a
walking.
carriage.
Yeah, our feet hurt.
Yeah, you call a lift and you get
Yeah.
in. And it cuts across and you pass Nivix, which is the Izzet Guild Hall on your left to the north. You pass Sunhome, the Boros Guild Hall, on your right to the south as
Where
you
the
cut
sun lives.
across the 4th Precinct. Wow. Then you get to the Transguild Promenade, the northern portion of which you are now on. And you take a right turn and head due south. You pass by a good portion of the Beastlands on your left, and Vitu-Ghazi in the distance off to the east, and keep continuing down until you hit Precinct 2. You begin moving from cobblestone streets to paved marble. Going past Grand Augustin Station, you see the familiar sight of the Mind Grind on your right as you re-arrive in front of a building that has a beautiful wooden sign of a cat called the Generous Stray.
Yeah, I think that she there like are showers and stuff on site, so she offers everyone up a shower, tells them where to go
Sure.
to get like a room that's not being used and is very luxurious, whatever. Clean up and then meet me down in my office.
We do that.
That sounds wonderful.
Should we do that? Okay. I was waiting for
You all
to
do that.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah,
You all
let's
clean up. You're able to send off for some dry cleaning. Sunny will take your dry cleaning.
Yes. Well, I'm destroying them. I just have to get them close.
Oh yeah, just destroy all of this.
There's no,
While they're
teeth
getting
marks
cleaned
in
up,
them.
after she's cleaned up, because she's pretty clean at this point, because
Sure.
of all the stuff, she goes and gets a coffee because she needs more. She left
Okay.
her coffee downstairs.
Walk over to the mind
Back
grind.
at your
Yeah.
office, Lucian, you have like your laundry chute, which you can just like hit the incinerate button
Yeah.
on it,
Yeah.
and it like casts fire spell. And then you open your closet, and you have like Doug Funny all the same sets
Yes.
of clothes.
Yeah.
Usually
Well,
the incineration's only used for
there's
clothes you wear 3
definitely-
times.
There's definitely like an Azorius arrestor outfit at the Generous Stray, but it's got like shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sequined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a Zorius Arrestor Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna have to arrest you.
Yeah. Exactly.
But there's definitely laundry services on site because this place gets dirty.
All right,
so
I'll
if you
mend
wanna-
my clothes and get them washed.
Yeah. So before we go down into my office, are any of you wearing the earring or carrying the earring that was given to you by our secretive friend?
I think we left them.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
they're at the guild office. Yeah,
Okay.
I left mine at the guild office.
It was worth asking. And then
I don't want it in my head anymore.
Oh, and also, before we leave, I have to give you the cane. But we'll do that in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah. So we go down into the basements. We lock everything up when we get down there, and we sit down. I open up the pouch that I have, and I lay the book down. And I say, "This book. Well, we may not have found anything informative about the Golgari themselves, although this perhaps could be useful. It was Frasca's, and I hand it to. Does anyone have High Arcana?
I think I do.
I probably do. I'm lying. I definitely don't.
What if you did?
I was like, where?
I just no one noticed, but I have like +9 in our
Yeah, you're not good at casting spells, but you're really good at reading about spells.
Yeah.
I still have +2, so not
Okay,
great.
I give it to you to see if you can make anything of it.
Okay.
Meditation realm.
I mean, I have detect magic.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can just cast
So you
that.
do that, but I go. This book is a first edition of the Advocist and the Urchin. It was written prior to the signing of the Guild Pact. It is a record of the case against the Urchin. It is the oldest and most complete record of what happened that day, and it may contain information that could be useful in our case against Feather.
Have you read it?
We just got it.
Well, I didn't know if you
Well,
read
I
it
have
previously.
read, sort of. I'm sorry for my sarcasm. I have read redacted versions of it. I have never found a completed first edition before. They have been frequently destroyed because of the incendiary knowledge that is contained within it.
Redacted by whom and for what purpose?
To prevent people from reading about what actually happened in that case, as we've discovered in our that it's.
But
You
just
know
because,
what we're doing here,
but
right?
Yes, I understand that if this book can exonerate that man whose name escapes my mind at this moment, but
I don't know for sure that it can, but I know that every other version of the book has removed information, and this is the most complete version.
right. Regardless, even if it does, how do we know what it says is real? I mean, we know that it is, but for it to be used as evidence, it needs to have some sort of backing to it.
I trust the man who wrote this book with my life.
Maybe we could find him, see if he could
Who's the author of this book?
back us up and...
His name was Arthur.
Your cat?
Oh.
Yes. Well, my cat did not write the book. I named my cat after Arthur.
Oh, and who is Arthur?
And you feel, as you begin discussing that name, just a little bit of like hair stand up on the back of your neck.
All of us?
I didn't even know I had hair.
Is he a ghost?
He could be.
I've got hair all over the place.
I don't really know what he is or where he came from.
Well, how do you know him?
I knew him as a child.
Oh,
He helped me to escape the 6th precinct and Salias himself when he came to my door to claim me for his entourage.
so he was a caretaker of sorts.
Sort of. He looked out for me and my mother and other people in the neighborhood, but he took an interest in me. He had a reason for wanting to protect me, and I still to this day don't know why, and I'm curious more. As I told Tutoru, he was there the day we were there at the signing. He was the scribe who transcribed the words that we have spoken into the Guild Pact. He's the one who sent the Guild Pact to be copied and sent out amongst all of Ravnica.
So I presume when you knew him, he looked the same as he did then.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
So-
similar.
Yes. I was surprised to see him that long ago and that young looking.
The face,
Or that old.
Right. he did not age 10,000 years. He was younger looking.
Okay.
He was maybe in his early to, mid 40s as opposed to late 50s.
But I also remember him as a child, so I would
Right.
think him as an older man than he might have been. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't have a photographic memory of what he looked
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Different clothes, certainly, but
It's possible that it could just be a relative.
I don't think it was. He told me he wrote, and I flipped the. Perhaps this will make a difference. And I flipped the page to the last page of the book, and I show you the poem, and you'd recognize it as a song I'm always singing. And then I read to Vraska verbatim, and then I pick up the 3rd edition that I stole from Bavlek. It's not in there.
Interesting.
Well, how are we gonna find out more about this guy? I mean, do you have any idea where he is now?
I guess I don't need this anymore. I put word for him in with the office.
The Guild Pact office?
No,
Right.
the
Just checking.
office.
Right.
He identified himself to me as part of it, as a scribe. It's not that much of a shocker, especially 10,000 years ago. He was doing his actual job as a member of the Dimir. When he thought I was Zadek, he seemed very forthcoming that he was a Dimir, and so when I asked him where I could find him, he told me he'd be around the Dimir, so I left a note at Dinrovia that... Not Dinrovia, what's the...
Dinrova.
Dinrova, okay. I left a note at Dinrova that I was looking for him. In a code he would understand. And
Well,
we've been gone, so I have no idea if he responded.
if he was really there for the signing of the Guild Pact, I don't know, there's gotta be people who know who he is. Is what, the only...
I have a question.
yeah.
Is Niv Mizzet still in charge of the Izzet as far as we know?
No. You know that Ral Zarek is in charge.
Is in charge?
Right now, is the steward of the Izzet.
And
we
Niv,
have-
Niv went missing, right?
Niv went missing.
Do we know that?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the only people we know are actually there at the signing and still exist are basically Feather. I mean, she was around at least at that point. Feather, Niv Mizzet, and Rakdos.
We know
Celestia.
2 other people.
Not Celestia.
She's always
Does she
with
like
us.
have a physical form?
Not anymore, really. That's a bit nebulous. You also know that Mookie was there,
That's what I was gonna say in
Oh, yeah.
character.
Let's ask him.
Yeah, can we? Yeah.
and Maya.
That's what I was gonna say in
We
character.
could ask Maya, yeah.
Sorry.
I was literally doing that.
I apologize.
I was saying we know 2 other beings who were there. One of which is still alive and knows Tutaru
Well,
and trusts Tutaru.
we gotta remember that no matter how important this is, we also still gotta find out whatever it is the Guild Pact wants us to find about these 3 other guilds. We've only had time to find anything from the Golgari and the Gruul.
We haven't found anything in the Golgari yet, as much as I would like to have.
Aside from the bookmark, which we don't really understand.
Right, what is?
Except for it's similar to our tattoos somehow.
I guess I'll cast Detect Magic on this.
Okay.
Oh, we have the chance.
You look at this note, this invitation, it seems, and your tattoos look like a line with brackets, whereas this symbol, if you held it upside down, would look similar, not the same. This looks like a line with curved lines, but when you turn it the other direction, is a pair of horns.
Okay.
Look, we don't know what we're looking for. Maybe this is enough. I say we take it back to the office of the Guild Pact.
I don't know if we should do that.
Why?
Look.
This information is being buried for a reason. I'm not sure by who or for why, but I was told by the parent of my what would Lazar be considered as
The Guildmaster.
I've been told by my own guildmaster that the information in this book is considered highly, highly dangerous.
Then we keep the book. But we'll take the bookmark
Okay,
back to
sorry.
Jace.
The bookmark, I understand.
All right? And Blue, you're right. We can't keep doing this without knowing what it is we're doing. We've put our life on the line, and if they don't trust us now, they're never going to trust us. I say we go there and we demand a couple of answers.
Yeah, I agree.
Real quick, before we do that, do you think that it's possible that we might find more information about Arthur by reading what he wrote? Like, the book itself?
That's my hope. That's why I want it. I want to read. I always wanted it for my own reasons, but now that I know what connects to me personally, I want to read it cover to cover.
Yeah, but reading a book, that could take months.
A couple of hours, but a couple of days.
The book
for
is
me.
Wait,
open
really?
on the table, right?
I'm a fast reader.
Yeah.
The book is open on the table to the last page.
Yeah.
The cat jumps up onto the table
Mhm.
and just sits next to it.
Okay. I kind of give her like a pet while I'm talking to them. It won't take me as long as you think it would to read this.
I'm also quite proficient at reading. I could take a look at it too.
Well, la-dee-da.
Well, why don't I begin to read while you take the bookmark to the Guild Pact?
Sounds good.
Before you go, and she takes you upstairs and she hands you Bablack's cane. That was because she had it upstairs.
Right.
I don't know what to do with this, but I don't trust myself with it.
Right. This is definitely a very powerful weapon, but also a very loud one.
It's one of the cards, so if you have them in the slots.
Oh, perfect.
I will have an Izzet friend look at it and see if they can fashion it to one of ours likings.
There you go.
Thank you.
So I'm going to read while they go to the Guild Pact.
So the three of you start heading off
Yeah.
towards the Guild Pact.
You all don't have to come. I can just give the bookmark up to you.
No,
I'll
I
go.
won't come.
I want to
Cool.
see how the revisions to the guild room are going.
Sure.
You all check in at the Guild Pact. Trevaz is there as you return and says, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Hello. I have to say your information, not sure where you got it for the Golgari, but not the best way to enter.
Oh, was it not good? I didn't... Again, I'm just the courier.
Like I
wasn't-
said, not you.
Right.
Wherever you got the information.
Look,
I can certainly make a complaint.
we made it in and we made it out. That's the important part.
I do have to say that as I'm friends of yours, but we're also work acquaintances, I have to say that they sent you in the way that would behoove the Guild Pact the most, not the way that behooves you all. I'm sure that this was the most secretive way,
I'm sure.
but you all look well. That's good.
Yeah.
How is Velma doing?
Well, she's resting.
You must be Astaroth.
Yeah, hey, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Travaz.
Yeah, I heard a bit about you. You're Izzet, right?
Well, I'm Guild Pact now, but
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was raised Izzet.
Well,
I'm like
how do we
a
speak
twice
to Jace?
a year Izzet. Sorry, what?
Yeah, Christmas and Easter, is it?
Yeah, Christmas and Easter Izzet. Oh, do you want to speak to the
Passover. Yeah.
Living Guild Pact?
Yeah, look, we've investigated 2 of these guilds you wanted us to look into. I think we need to debrief.
Well, there's
Do
been...
you have an office here?
He has an office. We've been trying to reach him to get him back in the office. I think that he's returning soon. There have been some unfortunate circumstances, partially related to your projects. Have you been able to recover any proofs of your projects at all?
We may have something. What is?
Oh, good.
this
We should.
Unfortunate circumstances you're talking about.
I think it's better if someone above my pay grade spoke about that. But I don't think it'll be a big issue to bring you all back and meet with Jace should he return.
Well, let's find someone above your pay grade then. We're wandering around in hostile territory, not even knowing what we're looking for.
I'm sorry. We've had a really long day, and
Oh, it's
I think
okay.
we just really want some answers right now.
Of course. I'll be able to help you with that. And Travaz will lead you down a hallway towards Jace's office. Meanwhile, back at the Generous Stray, you are sitting, petting Arthur, reading the book, and reading Arthur's poem. Do you have a copy?
Yes.
I would have you read it.
Okay. Go sit you by a fireside, my friend, look deep within its coals. The answers that are hidden there will help you find your goals. Go sit you on a hillside, my friend, look far beyond the peaks. Lose yourself in deepest thought and heed the voice that speaks. Go sit you neath a tree, my friend, look way up in the leaves. The murmuring voice that whispers there will help you to believe. Go sit you by the sea, my friend, look deep within its roar. If you're in tune to its measured beat, you're meant to know much more. Go sit you neath the sky, my friend, look way up in the clouds, and if its pictures you can see, how richly you're endowed. Go sit you on the ground, my friend, look for the soil and the loam, feel the rhythm of existence and make yourself at home. Go sit you in a gathering, friend, look out and all around, feel the pulse, the energy, the love, the reverie, the dedication, and the sound. Go sit you for a time, my friend, off daydreaming on your own. Go spend some time with your thoughts, you'll never be alone. Go sit you with a stranger, friend, and look deep within their soul. Listen deeply to their story, learn what makes them whole. Go sit you with a friend, my friend, look deep within their heart. Then sit you with your friend, my friend, how truly blessed thou art.
That's a really nice poem you hear in your head.
Mhm.
You look around, there's no one around you.
Ah, you're back.
How
You
you
say
doing?
that out loud?
Yeah. Yeah, say that out loud.
Yeah, because there was that one time before where yeah, that was the voice.
How you doing, child?
I have a lot of questions.
We'll
I
see if I
feel-
can answer some.
What are we doing?
What are any of us really doing? We're just trying to make our way through, I suppose. I know for me, I like helping those who need help. And it seems like you found your way to that as well.
I don't think I realized I was doing that until recently.
Well,
I think I've strayed from that path.
we all have to find our own way. You may have strayed, but I think you have found your own path. You've blazed your own trail. You made some good decisions,
I made a lot of bad decisions.
haven't we all? It's good to see you.
I wish I could see you.
All right. And Arthur the cat will shift and change.
Ooh.
And
I did not plan that way, the
sitting
cat.
in a chair. Yeah, you didn't plan that with
This
the
is
cat.
great.
Sitting in the chair It's a man you've seen before.
Mhm.
Man you're very familiar with. He's older now. Wrinkles in the face, crow's feet. A bit of a goatee. Salt and pepper hair. His right leg across his left knee. Hands crossed in his lap. I've been around a long time. A long time. And the secret to a life well lived. Well, I tried to tell you once before, but we were rudely interrupted.
I was pretty young.
So was I. Well,
I think we both know that's not true.
that's a good point. Secret to a life well lived is finding good friends and helping people.
I want to help people.
I want to help you help people.
I want to finish the work that you started with Solias. I don't care as much about killing him anymore. I just want to stop him from taking people away from their lives. How do I do that?
Well, you're off to a good start. You're making headway, getting allies, finding information. Just need to follow through. Need a little bit of extra oomph, maybe. I might be able to help you. I have an offer. If you so choose, you can join me as a representative of a higher power, let's say. I travel this world and I travel others as a paragon of a person, or really a thing, an existence, helping people, finding people who are lost and bringing them back. A generous stray, in a manner of speaking.
Seems appropriate.
It is not an easy path. It is fraught with dangers. I have many enemies, but I also have many friends. If you would walk this path, we could walk side by side. We could sit as friends, not as strangers anymore.
Is that how you found me when I was a child? A lost soul?
Yes.
Is my mother dead?
I'm sorry. She lived a little while longer after you left. I made sure she was comfortable. I made sure she was safe. I made sure that man didn't bother her, though he lost interest once you were gone. But she was already hurting. I can take you to see her. She has a memorial place. She wasn't buried with fanfare or buried at all, I suppose.
I suppose she wouldn't be. Did she ask about me? Did she know that I
Times.
was safe?
She knew you were safe. She knew that you were strong. She knew that you were going to be okay. But she still asked. I couldn't check in as much as I liked.
So if I accept your offer, I'll be able to help people the way you helped us.
Similar. Yeah.
I'll do it.
You'll do it.
I'll do it.
That's good news. Now, I, of course, trust you, but my mistress will need it in writing. And he will reach over to the book and beginning to tear out the poem.
I just found it. Okay, I trust you.
Don't worry. It's going right back in.
Okay.
Place it in front of you,
Mhm.
and he will underline friend.
Mhm.
Then make a line and an X and present you with a pen. Very nice. It seems you are now the real generous stray, Miss Velma Sweet. And we'll put the page back in, place his hand over the page, cast mending, and leave it back on the table. And as he removes his hand, your signature is no longer on the page. The room swirls a little bit and shifts, and there's some dark smoke. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Mystery.
What's happening there?
Crazy
I get a puppy.
contracts.
I know.
Right. Oh, and the last thing that happens
Yeah.
is as you look up, the cat is back.
The very next day, the cat came back.
And Arthur, the
30
human,
miles ago.
is no longer there.
Okay.
So your cat did write that book. I knew it.
I don't think Arthur was the cat. I think he just has Arthur walking, which is like how dryads can move from trees to trees,
Right.
between trees. He can move between things named Arthur.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the real cats are the friends we met along the way.
Thank you so much for joining us
Actually
this
true.
week on Ravnica the Broken Pact, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica show here on twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow. Please, folks, tell the folks where they can find you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Pridgeon, and you can find me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. You can also watch me on twitch.tv/SavingThrowShow at this table on Friday nights for Wildcards, our East Texas University Savage Worlds game, which is real fun. And that's it right now. We just finished up Deepwater Deep, our Starfinder show, so that's all on our YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch any of that. But I'll be there Friday.
I'm Riley Silverman. You can find me on Twitter at Riley J. Silverman and on Instagram at Riley Silverman. And on Wednesday nights, I am on Rat Queens on twitch.tv/hyperrpg. That's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then also this Friday, if you happen to be in the Los Angeles area, I'll be performing live at the Virgil at 8 p.m. for the Reductress live show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Stand up?
Yeah, I'll be doing
Nice.
stand up. It's a live comedy show produced by the Reductress website, and I'm excited to be part of it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm Grog Galletti. You can find me on all the socials at DoubleGXG. That's the word double, then GXG. And like Jordan said, I'm also on Wildcards on Friday nights at 8 p.m. over on Saving Throw Show on their Twitch channel.
I'm Ashlyn Rose. You can find me on Twitter at Ashlyn Rose, on Instagram at rar, it's Ashlyn, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ashlyn_Rose.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Internet's Ruben Bressler. You can follow me everywhere at MOXREUBY. Please join me on Wednesday nights for Magic Mics. That's MAGICMICS for all the week that was in Magic the Gathering news. This past week had the Mythic Invitational, spoilers and previews for... We're not going to talk about spoilers. We're going to talk about previews for War of the Spark. Please don't talk about spoilers. It is not good. And there's going to be a lot of other news that we are going to have to talk about that hasn't been as good. But please do join us for that with my co-host Aaron Campbell and Evan Irwin. Friday nights, I am on the Zweihander show, Black Hearts, on the Encounter Roleplay Network. You can catch up on that on YouTube. We blew up some bad guys last week with some explosives and some alcohol, which was a ton of fun. I have a few more credits I would like to thank. I want to thank Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons & Dragons, and Magic the Gathering for allowing us to present to you the Guildmasters... Let me find the book. Where is it?
Where is it?
There
Where
it
is it?
To present to you the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, available in FLGSs everywhere. Support your friendly local game store. It is a Game Informer Best Role-Playing Game Release of 2018 selection, according to Google Books. And we here at the show are so pleased to bring you this story each and every week. It is a fabulous setting book, and it gives you so many tools that even if you don't have the breadth of knowledge in Magic the Gathering that perhaps I have,
You don't need to know anything about it at all.
You really don't need to know anything about it at all.
And we were just talking today in our chat before the game, like about just like our friendly chat about how what we like about this game is that, like, not that we don't love the medieval setting of high fantasy, but it's really cool to have a official D&D setting that works, but in a world that doesn't have quite the same time period vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a more of like we call it, like someone said the word mage punk.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a steampunky vibe, but magical instead of steamy.
Yeah.
Right.
It can be steamy
And
if you
the
want it to
guilds
be.
are so
Ooh.
unique and so different.
Yeah.
And you can insert the different guilds into different locations in
Yeah.
your own games.
Somebody told me that actually Kranko's Way lifts almost perfectly onto Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Perfect. I just am so pleased as punch to be able to bring the story to you every week. We only have 2 more episodes this season, but don't worry, because we're trying to get more, and we will let you know just as soon as that happens. Please use the hashtag #TheBrokenPactRPG and tell all of those folks that you'd like to see more of the Broken Pact going forward. I would like to thank Benevolent Overlord Dom Zook. This program is filmed in front of a live Dom Zook, and he makes sure that everything works behind the scenes and running the cameras and all of that fabulous
Wow,
stuff.
I'm still right.
He's good.
I also want to thank Phil DeLuca, John Wells, and Emmett Fury for helping me to craft and create this adventure. I also want to congratulate John Wells on his first several journeys through chemotherapy. He's doing well, and keep it up, buddy, because we're all rooting for you. I want to thank the Deck of Many and Carnival-goers for providing many of the character cards that I borrow. They have a Kickstarter going for Humblewood right now, which is another setting that involves lots of little monstrous animal people, and like you can play as like a 1-foot-tall owl person. And
Nice.
and like rabbit people, and it's adorable. And that's from Carnival-goers, so go check out that Kickstarter. Also want to thank Ultra Pro for our minis. We got a lot of our miniatures from them as well. Zach Heidi composed our opening theme song, and one Mr. Gaurav Galati lovingly crafted our opening credits sequence. Please do join us on our Discord.
Lovecraft?
Mm-hmm.
I might say that.
No, I get it.
that was the Nephilim episode.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I would like you to please join us on our Discord. We have a Saving Throw Show Discord. Please subscribe to us on iTunes, and also join us on our YouTube channel. We have lots of great shows here on Saving Throw Show. We are an independent channel. Most of the shows are not like The Broken Pact or Deepwater Deep, that are programs that are associated with wider channels. Most of them are done right here in-house and done with only the tools provided.
And done very well.
And done very well
Aw,
as a result of the
tried.
generosity of the mysterious strangers in chat, folks like you at home who come in and donate your time, bits, and energy to us. So please do join us, particularly this coming Sunday for Sam DeLev and their Lasers and Sam's and Feelings game. Please do join us here in that game that Rick Budd typically GMs, but this time will be run by Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. Thank you all so much for joining us here, and we'll see you all next week on The Broken Pact. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Now hear ye, oh you rascals, with the bellies full of pie, and listen to this tale of old where the heroes won't be high. Hey! He's a master of concealment and an adept at disguise. With years is when he's seeking faster, that's when what's the lie. He's slain many a villain, be it dragon, buff or wizard. He's looted chests of all the best of treasures he could find. He's the undefeated champion of adventure, war and passion, and he sings his song as he goes along with a fiddle and a pipe. The grass is green, the air is clean, a sweet